Say goodbye to appliances.
Hello, Appliances Online.
So, Pete, you've
got... Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are watching. Welcome to a rather grey, rainy and sometimes windy Sydney Harbour for Race 1, Heat 1 of the 2024 JJ GILTINAN Championship for the 18-footers. This is a day that is going to answer a lot of questions, but maybe give us more... questions and answers, perhaps. I'm Peter Shipway, and once again I'm joined by Andrew Buckland and Jimmy Bury to bring this championship to you. 9 heats in all, but today is the first heat, and it's a lot of people have been waiting for this day for most of the season to see whether Andu can be dethroned and someone else can become the new JJ champion for 2024. To tell us about the weather, here's Andrew Buckland.
Thanks, Pete. Sorry about a little interruption earlier there. A little trough through Sydney sort of overnight, and a low pressure cell to the south, southwest, southwest. Gradient flow, 10 to 20 will probably cover it. And at this end of the track, on the inland end, lighter, and down the bottom of the course towards the heads, more breeze, expected to fade and turn left a little as the day goes. But 10 to 20 should cover the most of it, subject to rain squall activity and, you know, the stronger wind on the front of each squall, and then the vacuum at the back. We've seen that already in our little sojourn at the start line. Going to be a tough day for the crews with rain.
Okay, well, all skiffs on their number 2 rigs. Some even have a reef in, and we're looking at Smeg. She's got a reef in her mainsail, but the strongest gust we've seen on the harbour so far is about 2 hours ago, 25 knots at the Western Channel Pile. But at the moment, where we are at Athol Bight, the breeze is down, lucky to be 12, 13 or 14 knots. But it's coming through in gusts. There'll be plenty for everyone. And, of course, when we get down to the graveyard at Obelisk Bay, it's going to be thrills and spills, we anticipate, with the breeze always stronger down there. But earlier today, in the park, before we left, I spoke to the defending champion, John Herman Winning, and got his thoughts on today and what the regatta holds for him. Here with John Winning Jr., Herman, the defending champions. Good breeze today. What do you hope to achieve today besides victory?
Well, besides victory, obviously, which is everyone's aim, as it is ours, we hope to achieve getting Sevy out on the wire, which will be good. He wasn't out too much yesterday, certainly not downwind, but no, we're a heavier crew, and I think, you know, we like a bit more wind, and so very much looking forward to, you know, being a bit low hooks and using that body weight as leverage. Not mine, but the other two blokes in front of me.
Plenty of riding moment, but it looks at the moment, with an hour or so to go to the start, could be the southerly course, which is always interesting down the bottom end, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be very interesting, I think. Very much looking forward to it, and it's easy to get caught up in, you know, what ifs or whatever, but, you know, Sevy, for once in his life, has been a bit of a calming influence on the boat, and he's grabbed Sam and I this morning, and he said, look, the thing that I know in sailing is, you know, you can't control destiny, and he said, you know, I always think my destiny is my destiny, and it's within my control, and so I don't know what that means to Sevy, but he certainly said, you know, we can only control what we can control, and destiny will be destiny, and he's very much on that path, so we're just focusing on ourselves and let the rest do itself.
Well, yesterday in the invitation race, light breeze under 10 knots, you're pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah, we get it going all right. We've sort of worked out. We did a bit of training before the regatta, a couple of days in very light wind, and we watch a lot of the videos and see how we can work the boat better with one person in. We've even tried things in one of the last races where it was Sevy steering as well on the downwind, and it's like Sevy laughing. Give you words of wisdom, Sevy. And we tried Sevy steering downwind and me in the boat, and we've tried a whole bunch of things. But I think we've got it. You know, for having the crew weight that we've got the best that we can.
I think this year it's a pretty open championship. I mean, who do you see as your main contenders? I mean, there's a lot of them out there, but there are a couple that you're a bit worried about.
No, I think that's exactly comes back to Sevi's sort of point. It's like we've got to worry about ourselves. I think if we go out there and put our best regatta together, then, you know, as he says, destiny will be what it is, and we look forward to just doing our best as a team. And I'm sure if we sail our best regatta, then, you know, we're pretty unbeatable. But there's some very good boats. Obviously, you look at Yandu, national champions, they've been pretty dominant, but they've had a lot more time on the water as a crew than us, although Mick is pretty new to that crew. I think we're sort of finding our feet, and we think we're going to keep getting better as the regatta goes on. Obviously, you've got the Rag, Finport, the Black Knight. They're going very well, very handy sailors. We saw some of their skills yesterday. Looks like it's going to be a pretty light forecast for some of the days. So you've got your Smegs and your Balmain that'll be in the mix, and certainly in a lot of races. But for overall, I think, you know, Yandu is certainly in the informed boat, and it's our job to find our form to chase them down.
Well, best of luck. Look forward to seeing you out there.
Cheers. Thanks so much. Try not to burn us too much out there, Bucko, all right? Yeah.
Well, that was Herman winning. So if you've just joined us, we're about 12 or so minutes away from the start of the first heat of the JJs on Sydney Harbour, grey Sydney Harbour, and the breeze a little bit spiky from the south or south-southwest. And there's a pleasure craft just going up past Bradley's Head. The start will be down in Athelbite area, and as we say good afternoon to Jimmy Bury, we'll talk us through the southerly course. I think it's the first time this year, Jimmy, that we've had this course, so might be foreign to a lot of our viewers. So let us run through that as we say good afternoon to you.
Afternoon, Pete. Yeah, it is very foreign to even us. It's so they start here in Athol Bay, as you mentioned. They work their way up to a laid mark off Clark Island, and then the big long run down to Obelisk Bay. Then back on a wind up around Shark Island, and then run back down here into Athol Bay, work back up to Clark Island, another big long run down to Obelisk, work their way back up to Shark Island, then a short run down to Athol Bay, and a short work back up to Double Bay.
Okay, thank you, Jimmy. Well, also earlier today I spoke to a guy that knows how to sail 18-foot skiffs over the years. He's won a few championships in 18s and other classes. I spoke to Rob Brown. Well, here with Rob Brown, former JJ winner a couple of times, all-round good sailor and all-round good guy, and now living up in Queensland. And Rob, you've been doing a bit of work with the Queensland boys?
Yes, Pete. We've got two boats representing Queensland, the Bigfoot and SeaTech, and I probably spent more time with them last season. With work this year, I've been a bit concentrated on Olympics and other things happening, but the boys have put a lot of time and effort into preparing their boats. They've got some new equipment, which has helped dramatically. The big issue is, obviously, is there's only two boats in Queensland sailing, and they're out there racing against themselves. And you don't have the live situation that you experience here on Sydney Harbour. So it's a totally different playing ground to Moreton Bay.
Yeah, well, 27 boats out there today. It's a bit different, but good southerly today. But yesterday in the light invitation race, both boats performed creditably, I thought, at the first windward mark. I think they're both in the top 10.
Yes, yeah, and I think that's probably a realistic expectation. If they can come away after the JJ's in the top 10, both of them, I think that would be a terrific result for them. But, you know, the depth here down in Sydney and the boats coming from overseas, like I was very impressed with the Germans yesterday. I thought they looked in pretty good shape. The boat looked like it was going good, but you go down through the fleet and there's plenty of talent there. And, yeah, so they're looking forward just to try and get their percentages up a little bit higher. You know, it's easy to make mistakes out there with the wind coming out of the bays and overhead lands, throw in the traffic, you know, ferries and ships and all that type of thing. So I've just told them they've got to get their heads out of the boat and sail towards the pressure and really utilise the tide. Today the tide's going to be a little bit of a factor, but obviously the wind up around 20 knots, that's going to be number one.
Yeah, there's a lot to contend with out there, but just finally, Rob, the boys were telling me you're the reserve crew if someone should get injured. Is that right?
Good grief, who told you that?
Look forward to seeing you out there. Good to see you, Brownie.
All right, thanks, Pete. All the best.
Okay, well, We're back on the harbour. There's the harbour bridge. It's a grey old day, as we mentioned. The breeze is down here. Andrew, what do we got here at the starting area? We've got about 10 minutes to, just over 10 minutes to go. We've got, what, 10 knots at best, or even less.
The problem was we need another rain score, Peter, on the back of one, and sort of just dribbling a little from the sky. But as we've noted, tough day, and breeze hard right but soft. Yeah, 10 would be optimistic almost.
Yeah.
And so these are big tests for the guys right down range for number 2 rig. At the moment, not even 3 strings in the lulls. So, you know, difficult first beat.
Yeah,
probably down the bottom. If it's 10 knots here, it'll be about 16 down the bottom, I guess.
This has really put the cat amongst the pigeons here.
Bottom of the first figure 8. Never happens in the Giltinan, Pete, does it? Cat, pigeons, and so on. No.
Well, this championship is the winning JJ Championship, and the race today, the Heat 1 partner is Fisher Paykel, a long-time sponsor, and they're racing for the George Calligris Trophy. The late George Calligris was a long-time sponsor of Rag and Famish, named after his hotel, and that sponsorship has been continued on by his son, Pete Calligris, and great supporters of the 18-footers. And in recognition of that, Pete Calligris was awarded life membership of the club just recently. So a fitting reward, I think, as we look at one of the New Zealand boats here. And I must say we've been absolutely inundated and thrilled for all the messages that we're getting. Some of them, or most of them, I'd have to say complimentary. No, all of them, I think. Thank you all. I really can't mention everyone, but there's a lot of regulars listening and watching. So we thank you all, and I hope to mention you all as we get through the event. There's a couple that I'd like to make special mention of. We've got one from Tim Whitehead, and Tim is from the Lakes District in the United Kingdom, the Ullswater Yacht Club. He loves the coverage, and he has been down before, and he sad he can't be here this year, but he's looking forward to watching it, and his tip is Yandu. So he won't be far off the money there, I don't think. And also from the Ullswater Yacht Club, as always, Heidi and Austin Lyons, our young followers from the Lakes District. We say hello to you in the United Kingdom. Oh, there they are. Should be in bed by now, I would think. But anyway, hello to you again, Heidi and Austin. And also from Austria, we've got a best wishes and good win from Andreas and Karina Seidel. And they are very proud that their son Max is racing on the bow of the UK boat. Max is 20 years old, doing studies in Munich University, and now he is the member of the British team. So Andreas and Karina, you're off skiing at the moment. In summer you sail, but hello to you, and thank you very much for making contact, and we'll keep an eye out for Max and hope the UK boys go well. And as I've been speaking there, we've just had 2 hooters. The AP flag is up on the start boat, so we're under delay here already. And this breeze has absolutely collapsed here. It would be lucky to be 8 knots, and it's hard in the right. And the fleet are just milling around. And what are we going to do here, Andrew, do you think?
Well, the committee might move the windward mark over to the right. I think the start line's okay. They shouldn't delay too much just because the breeze is a bit soft. They should just get on with it. But they might want to move the windward mark. And I think their start line's a good all-purpose line for south-southwest flow. And it's gone a fair way right, though, hasn't it? And the breeze is indeed down to about perhaps 8 knots and perhaps even a little less.
Yeah.
Tough.
Well, there's today's race partner, Fisher Paykel, Jordan Gertis, and that'll give us a bit of a time to say hello to some of our viewers. We've got Dave Grogan's there, Kurt Snowden's there, John Martin from Auckland, Andrew Fox from Alabama, Yankee Express from New England, Paul Nahon, hello from the Springfield, Missouri Sailing Club. Hello to you, Paul. Nice to have you with us. Nipper Henderson, always there, checking in from Burleigh Heads. Chris Steele, also from Auckland. Johnny Montgomery's there from Auckland. Pete Firminga from Morpeth. Go Yandu, he says. Well, a lot of I think they got a lot of followers. So the Pellies from Opossum Bay and Hobart, hello to you guys, regular viewers. And Blue Point, New York, Ward Brooks, hello to you, Ward. And we go on, there's Rob Brown's mother's there, I think. Did I see Mrs. Brown? Hello to you. And Ian Barnard. Giles Olland, hello from the new home of Sail GP, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Well, Giles, when it gets there, go down and say hello to Dylan Clark. He's our operator of the drone here at the 18s, and he also operates the drone from Sail GP. So he's always a bit thirsty. So, Giles, you can buy him probably a lemonade or three. William Chulik is there. Hello to you, William. Thomas Eggersdorfer, Ralph Munro, and so on. Benjamin Boringer. Some of these blokes speak a funny language. We have Sydney Brown from Nebraska. The Great White from the pool deck in Thailand. And Thomas Eggersdorf is going for the Black Knight. Well, I think we know where you may come from. And Waiheke Island, wow, there's a nice place. Grant Crawford. Angus Rocks from the sauna, he's in the sauna. Sandra Mannings from Maui in Hawaii, cheering for the Four Pines. Well, hello to you all and welcome. There's the scene at the harbour. We're at Athelbite, but those that may know Sydney Harbour, the western side of Bradley's Head. There's Rag and Famish. They didn't race yesterday. Harry Price, the skipper, has really been under an injury cloud most of this year with a really serious bad back problem, but he says he's managing it, and it'll be a long 9-race series for him. So just we'll go through the schedule. There's 9 heats in all for this title, and after 6 races have been completed, you can drop your worst performance. So today we've got race 1, tomorrow is race 2, and then it gets exciting. On Tuesday we have races 3 and 4, so 2 races, same on Wednesday. Races 5 and 6. So if they all get completed in that time schedule, we'll be able to drop a heat, your worst performance after that. Thursday is a race 7. There it is on screen. Lay day Friday, Saturday, Sunday, races 8 and 9.
So, viewers, it is a bit of an endurance test, this event. 9 races with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days of racing, and by the end of the week, everybody is suffering from industrial fatigue, usually.
Including us.
Including us, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got the easy part. These blokes have got to get out there and do it, but boy, it's not easy today. Looking at this wind, it's really... Where's it gone, Andrew? Do we see it come back? That's the question. Well, we're on delay. If anyone's just joined us, we are on delay from the start of the first heat.
We're on delay, and the land friction has taken over, and to some degree, we need another rain score to clean it back up and re-exert the turbulent flow down to the water. But looking at the top of the harbour bridge, which is a couple of 100 feet up, there is no wind at the top of the harbour bridge at the present time, which is, 1 mile roughly inland of where we are now.
And we don't sail right at the top. Perhaps we sail under it, but not at the top.
No.
Okay. Now, Andrew, while we've got a little bit of delay here, we were asked a question by one of guys in the park that follows the 18s quite rigorously to perhaps explain. We often talk about how they changing gears and their rig tension. Just briefly, how do they do that aboard these boats? Tell us how you change gears. We use the term, but how do they change gears?
Well, the 2 big drivers of sail depth are side stay tension and Cunningham eye. So the Cunningham eye controls the depth of the mainsail, more or less, along with the mast elasticity, but the control that they have is the Cunningham eye, which adjusts the luff tension on the sail. And the fully battened sail operates a bit like a bow and arrow, so you pull the Cunningham on, the sail flattens and twists. And the increased twist also, from a onset flow wind sense, flattens the sail as the wind sees it. Equally, as you ease the side stay tension, the forestay can sag a little.
Just sorry, let me interrupt you. How do you ease the side stay?
Okay, so
tension?
they've got a mechanical advantage system, either a winch or levers. So mechanical advantage of about 30 to 1. And so they've got a control line on both sides of the boat. And you can see on screen we're on Finport. They're doing some fiddling as we speak, but they will be down to dead soft, so they'd be fully eased on that control, and that increases the side stay length effectively in these boats by about 45 millimetres, 4.5 centimetres, something like that, a bit less than 2 inches, and that's enough to completely change the dynamics of the rig and the headstay sag and the mast bend. It's quite a powerful control. And if you had one bit of string, Pete, you'd have that. You'd just have that. You wouldn't have the Cunningham eye. If you're allowed one string, you'd have the side stay control. Bit like the masthead backstay in a keel boat.
Okay, well, thank you. And another question I've got, Andrew. You see some boats with black sails, which for all intents and purposes are the carbon sails, but other boats, say, look at a couple of the top contenders, the Do boats. Andu has black sails and Yandu has white sails. Talk us through that.
Well, the white is sort of yellow, really, Pete. That's the first point.
Well, okay. Well, we've started early already.
Yeah.
Okay, they're not black.
No, they're not black. Fair enough. Well, the cool kids have got black, you see. That's the thing. It's a fashion statement. No, I mean, the black ones are, different kinds of laminations, but carbon and other, not so much aramid, but some aramid. So, two distinctive types of fibre used in the sails. And this, the black ones have got a matrix, but they've also got a bit of dyeing going on. So there's a bit of, like I said, it's a little tiny bit of a fashion statement. But if they were pure carbon, and nobody's got pure carbon in this fleet, they will be black with translucency associated. But what's the right word to use? The low modulus part of the membrane is coloured, basically. So the thing that stops the air flowing between the bits of carbon or whatever else they are is not all that high tensile.
And what about the off-white sails?
Well, they're primarily aramid and various forms of polyethylene, polypropylene, clearish plastic of one kind or another. And aramid is effectively, the Kevlar, originally devised by DuPont, the Kevlar molecule, but different forms of that as well. So and that doesn't tend to be black, it tends to be yellow or
off-white, we'll say. Off-white.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll live with off-white.
Yeah.
Well, again, if you've just joined us, we're on delay. You can see the starting vessel there with the AP flag up, that red and white pennant at the stern. They're just waiting to see what the wind does because there's not much of it.
Well, there's wind at the top of the bridge again, Pete, so they should get the rock and roll happening, otherwise there won't be any.
Just give us a hand to lift the boat up and we'll get it up there, right?
That's right, exactly.
But right here at the starting area, you can just see, as we're looking at Shaw and Partners, there's Emma giving us a wave. It's very, very light. It's just got lighter and lighter as we've come out here. We came out about 3/4 of an hour ago, and it was probably 10, 12, 14, 15 in the spiky bits, but now it's certainly not in double figures by any means. There's a bit of rain around. There's rain coming out of Double Bay where the boat's rigged, and we're at the western side of Bradley's Head, and there's not much wind at all. So we're projecting there's an 8.5 minutes to a start. So perhaps they have moved that weather mark. Can you sight it, Jimmy, at all to the north?
No, Pete.
No, it's on the right-hand edge of Clark, on the western edge of Clark.
So they've moved it from sort of the eastern side as where...
Oh, they're still moving it.
Oh, they're still moving it,
still
okay.
moving it, yeah.
So they're trying to get a decent beat in the first time, and that will be the weather mark, and then they'll go from there down to Obelisk Bay.
A little bit more wind coming now. They do need to get going on the face of this next road call, I think. But the reason for the delay primarily is that they're moving the mark about, looks like about 500 metres perhaps.
At least 500 metres, yeah, because it was right over, like from where we're sitting, it was on the other side of Redleaf Pool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's the defending champion, Andu. Herman winning. Sevi Jarvan. And Sam Newton. Had a good performance yesterday in the invitation race in light air. They led after the first lap and then thought they'd seen enough and didn't finish. But there was a couple of good performances from the Smeg boys and Balmain in light airs. And Smeg today have got the reef in, and can they capsize and take that out or not? I don't think so, can they? I don't think it's as easy as that.
Not as easy as that.
No, they'll have a real tough time with this breeze the way it is.
Only need one good score though, Pete. The probability of that happening is pretty low, but
there's Sevi Jarvan got the tiller in his hand, just looking upwind to try and plot their way up to this weather mark. So, if you weren't with us yesterday, just to reinforce the fleet, is 27 entries in all. 1 from the United Kingdom, 3 from New Zealand, 2 from Germany, 1 from Denmark. Queensland, the state, northern state of racing with 2 boats. Victoria, the southern state, they've got 1 boat. Long time since we've seen them here at the carnival, and the remainder, the 17 remainder, coming from New South Wales. So it's nice to see our New Zealand friends back with 3 boats. Spoke to Graham Catley, their manager, yesterday. He says they're on a learning curve, a steep learning curve, but they were there or thereabouts. And also the Queenslanders did quite well, as I mentioned to Rob Brown earlier. I think at the weather mark the first time, they were both in the top 10. Just hearing that the AP is down, Jimmy?
Yep, AP is down.
Okay, we're getting close to the first heat. A lot of excitement, a lot of expectation, but not a lot of wind.
Don't get rescued here, Pete, by the face of this next run score.
Okay, you keep looking at the Harbour Bridge, Bucko, and we'll watch the race here.
A bit like the old toll collector work.
Yeah.
No, we need a mast extension, I'm telling you.
It's a fair mast extension to get to the top of the Harbour Bridge, Bucko.
Yeah. Big rig.
Big.
Gary Leaf enjoyed your explanations there, Bucko.
Thanks, mate. Best I could do, question without notice.
I'll tell you what he said later. But anyway, we're at the starting area. We've got coming up to 5 minutes for the start of Heat 1.
Wow.
There's the Royal Oak. There's the Hoodo.
Petty stuff.
5 minutes to go. Have they moved the start line or not, Andrew?
No, the start line hasn't moved.
Okay.
I did think they'd laid a pretty good all-purpose start line, Pete, and
But it looks strong on starboard, does it?
I'll stand by that statement. Straight through Lazarus there, mate.
Straight through Lazarus.
Just on the leach of Lazarus over there is the pin.
Oh, okay, I've got it. Yeah, not too bad, but ooh, where am I going to start? Andrew, where are we going?
It's a game called Find the Wind. I might be starting at the pin, I think.
Find the Wind is right. You can see how light it is. So there's our friends from New Zealand. That's ASC 1.
That's ASC 2, Pete. Got the.
We'll get it right by the end of the week.
Well, I went and did my homework overnight, and that's telling me differently.
Look at the hull. Don't get deceived by the sail. Has it got signage on the hull? No. It's ASC 2.
Graham Catley, I'm going to blame Graham. He said ASCC on the bow is ASC 2. So anyway, it's ASCC. One of them. Anyway,
he's only the manager. What would he know?
Well, that's right. But there's our Danish friends there, just drifting is the operative word, down to the starting area.
So breeze turned left a bit, Pete, so kind of evens it up a bit.
That makes the starting line a bit more equal.
More pressure coming, so they've got a bit lucky here, I think.
Yeah, a little bit more pressure, probably 7 or 8 knots.
Yep.
All skiffs, remember, on their small rigs. And Smeg is, I think, the only one with a reef in. Jimmy, have you seen any other boats with a reef in?
That is the only one with a reef in.
And Pete, wind on the top of the harbour bridge blowing the flags again, so we're optimistic.
So you can see the timer there, 2 minutes 35 to go. The Vicaris starting system instrumentation will come into play. All skiffs are fitted with that. Green light is go, red light is well. You've been a naughty boy and you've got to come back, or girl.
Shout out to Will from Vicaros. Well done, mate. 100% track record yesterday. All good.
We've got 2 lady skippers, Beck Hancock on Noakes and Emma Rankin on Shore and Partners. So this could be a day for upsets here, Andrew, in this breeze.
Well, I tell you who might be the standout pick is probably possibly Balmain.
Well, they were good yesterday.
Yep.
In this light air. Henry Larkins, Finn Sprott and Flynn Toomey.
And, you know, they've been getting a bit of help from a certain Jack McCartney who probably got them up the curve pretty quickly, I think.
Yeah, well, he knows a thing or two about making 18-foot skiffs go quickly.
Yeah. No, Jack, a very good technical yachtsman.
Good to see Jack actually hanging around and helping out the teams. Like it's you know, at a wealth of knowledge, and
so
happy to help them.
Jimmy, 1:20 to go. It looks a bit awkward, doesn't it?
Looks very awkward, mate.
Yes. Looking upwind, there's not much wind to look at. And we've just over a minute to go in Heat 1, and there's not much action. We thought we're going to have thrills and spills for you today, but I, at the moment, can't guarantee that. But there looks to be a little bit of breeze
good bit of pressure
down.
on the committee boat right now.
Breeze just started to spike a little.
Breeze has turned left pretty big time though, Pete.
So what have we got here? We've got Lazarus going backwards. That's the Victorians there, just going to the stern of the committee boat.
40 seconds to go.
Andrews up at this end with Finport.
Both pretty conservative though, Pete.
Yeah, a couple of the favoured boats. Oh, there's a couple of people getting nervous down that end and pushing the foot down. Victorians are way over the line.
Yeah.
And the Rag and Famish right. Most lured pin boat, is it? Or is that... Yeah, that's the Rag. You can see with that bright red or orange markings on his sail.
The pin is going to be favoured.
10 seconds to go. Well, Rag and Famish is going to get the pin. Fisher Pike Hell's going to be jammed out here. Oh, there's a few boats over down there, I think, isn't there? Oh, maybe not. Okay,
no,
we're
pretty
away.
Good.
Heat 1 is underway.
Unreal.
In light air, no signal. Oh, hang on. 1 hooter. 2 hooters. General, they're bringing them back. They're bringing them back. So what that... Just have a quick look.
Marine Outlet and Nandu there.
Yeah.
About at least 6 boats over, we believe. So, well, not to be unexpected, I think. We're going to have a second start, a second go at this. It's 3 o'clock on Eastern Standard Summer Time here in Sydney.
Pete, looks like a broken tiller extension there on board the Victorian boat.
Does.
So I think they're going past the start boat to
get a new one.
Which
yes, they have. I can see. Looks like Richard Winning there. One member of the Winning family. Is that Richard? Yeah. Maybe not. I know he's on board, handing a new tiller extension. Oh, there's Richard there with the beard. Hopefully they can slot the new one in.
Enough standardisation.
He's trying to fix the existing one. Anyway, that's what we're seeing in this. That little puff that came through just at the start is... Where's that gone to, Andrew? Disappeared, has it?
Well, the water's too hot, and so it doesn't tend to get down, and so it's sort of autumnal problem, isn't it? Water temperature inside the harbour is 24 degrees. Air colder now than that.
And your flags, Bucko?
Not too good, the flags on the top of the
Right.
So, but there is wind, Pete. I mean, have a look. There's a keelboat mobile halfway up the course, so they just got to. They might have to reset the start line. I don't know.
Okay, well, it's not wind again. It's just lightish here. We're off Bradley's Head. That's the Bradley's Head light mast you can see there, and boats just milling around and looking upwind. Andrew, it's as light as we've seen it.
Yeah. So in a sense, like I said, nobody prepared to take the risk of putting big rig in, even though clearly it was always a possibility, and the possibilities become real. Bit unfortunate, but that's how it works.
Well, we've got a bit of wind out of Watson's Bay, but that doesn't really help us here at Athol Bight. We're just getting some signals from Watson's Bay.
Well, we'll get the reading from the Western Channel pile, Pete. Are you on the right page for that?
I'm on everything. I'm across everything here, Andrew.
Good.
So at 2:50,
Yep.
at the Western Channel pile, which was 10 minutes ago, was southwesterly, 10 knots, gusting 11.
So that's about what it looks like up here, kind of thing. So it's even across the course.
And I know you'd be interested in this, Bucko. Lord Howe Island's west-northwest at 7 knots.
Beautiful it would be out there too, wouldn't it? Lovely. 26.5 degree water too, Pete. I've taken note.
Okay, well,
Still got 15 knots plus from the south down at Botany Bay.
Kurnell, eh?
I'm getting
yep.
message from
Yep.
Brad Andrew.
So our well-informed chaps in various locations.
We've got them everywhere.
That's right.
spies everywhere. Okay, there's more sound coming off the committee vessel. So we could be just under 6 minutes to go. Gee, this is going to be gutsy to get this away. But there's breeze to sail in.
No, there is wind, and so it's now just a test of how well you can adapt your little rig.
Do you know what boat that was previously? The Black Knight?
The Black Knight.
Yes.
I've
even written it up on the front wall for you today, Bucko.
I don't know anything about a Black Knight, only dark nights and stormy nights.
Well, do you know which boat that was originally?
Was it Tech 2?
No, it was a rag.
A rag, was it?
There you go.
So they got a well-sorted piece of apparatus then.
Yeah.
And I've been chucking money at it, as people do in this game, and so good.
Okay, 5 minutes to go.
So shippers, wind signals from Botany Bay.
Yeah.
18 knots from 180. How about that?
I like it.
I like it a lot.
Just got to get it up here.
Yep. So that'll get to the top of the bridge. Oh, look at those flags now, Bucko. They are dead set. Dead at the top of the bridge.
Set.
But anyway,
Dead.
We're back at Athol and we're underway. Well, hopefully in 4.5 minutes. Second attempt at the start of Heat 1 of the 2024 JJs. The winning JJ titles. Today's partner, Fisher Paykel, and racing for the George Calligaris Trophy. There's Lazarus. And that's the Queenslander, the top Queenslander, the Bigfoot. Had a pretty good day yesterday.
Yeah, more pressure coming, Pete. Get that little jib on deck, mate.
Oh, it's not much, but it's enough. It's certainly the best we've seen in the last 20 minutes or so.
Exactly.
And that's 4 minutes.
Four.
So, where are we starting?
Same deal, Pete. I think got to be at the pin. I think.
Okay, Yandu now is... he was right up at the committee boat. He's now getting down towards that pin end. There's Yandu. Rag is down there. You can see him with that bright red or orange lettering on his sail. There's Balmain, who did well yesterday. Lazarus going backwards here at the committee boat, just hanging here. He obviously wants this end with 3 minutes 20. Another big cloud overhead.
Should be some wind associated with that.
Wind and rain, I think.
Wind and rain.
Well, certainly rain. I don't know about the wind.
No, it has to have some wind, Peter.
Well,
look, the flags on the top of the harbour bridge are breaking the halyards.
Flaky, jeez. I'll think about that one. It's just under 3 to go.
Good pressure at the committee boat end.
Well, better pressure.
Good pressure across the whole course now, Pete.
Yeah.
Tricky beat though still.
Well, looking up to Rushcutters Bay, where basically the fleet have got to go, it's still looks fairly light, but there's enough breeze here, as you say, Andrew, to
get them
make
rolling.
us start, and whether they can start without a recall, either general or individual, will be the next question.
Well, probably, Pete, I would say the line is a little bit short for the greater number of boats. So
yeah, it is quite short.
27 boats do not quite fit on that line.
It's 10 more than we normally have on a Sunday on the harbour, so that comes into play. Andu way down at that pin end. There he is coming back, and see the pin just about 4 or 5 boat lengths ahead of him.
So you never know with those boys. They might be...
Well, they've really changed their strategy.
Their creative head on.
Smeg's up near the committee boat. Yandu is down at the pin end. Finport's middle of the line. Oh, there's Yandu. Minute 35, so still plenty of time. And I think majority are now trying to get middle to the bottom of the line.
Breeze a fair way left.
Yes. And I think we'll get the breeze to start, but whether they'll be behaving themselves is the next question.
Fisher and Pikel started early, Pete, down there. He's going to dip.
Well, there's Andu and Yandu.
And the rag herding them up to some degree, I think.
There's one of the New Zealand boats.
The
just
rag
jiving.
and the Black Knight.
That's Fisher Pikel going back round the pin with a minute to go. Okay, up at this windward end, there was not much breeze. There's less breeze here at the windward end. There's only a few. Sea-Tech.
Yeah, good line of wind coming down the middle, but it's a fair way in the left, so the leaders will come.
They're all down at that. The favoured boats are all down that pin.
The leaders will come out of the left side here.
The rag starting to move forward. The Germans are down there. The Black Knight.
Good puff.
There's Yandu. He might get the pin here.
They're
20 seconds.
they're
Could
very
be early. They're early again.
Balmain not bad. Yandu.
Oh, Balmain, has he got enough? No. That's
no. He can stop. He can stop. He's okay. He can't stop.
No.
He can't stop.
I think it could be another general here, Andrew.
The way she's lining up, Mr. Drone is telling us that. Balmain going to go round the end. The whole fleet is over, more or less.
Rag's over. Okay, there's the starting signal.
Yeah, that'll be a general.
1 hooter, 2 hooters, general. Okay, we'll have a third go at it.
So, boys, black flag about to come out, I would say.
I think that there's a strong possibility of that, Andrew.
Because otherwise we won't get a race in if we're not careful. Although, Pete, looking up now, the breeze coming in from the right. Yep.
Okay.
And, you know, breeze back in the south-southwest. Wow. Come on, committee, make them obey.
Oh, yeah, good breeze now, isn't it? It's,
well, relatively.
Well, no, look, that's plenty of wind out there. The pin there.
Yeah. So
they're starting to skate along, but it's moved. It's.
They might have to drop the pin back.
Yes, I think so. So it'll take a little bit more time. So
well, it shouldn't take long. It should only take a minute.
It'll take a bit of time. Yep. Whether it's a minute or 2, it'll take time.
Yeah, please.
So fleet are just sailing upwind, just checking their setups. But the breeze, what's about 8 knots, 9 knots, perhaps, maybe a little touch more at times.
It'd be double figures in the middle of that path.
Yeah,
but
flags flying.
Just noticed, Shipper, on the back flag stuff, the black flag has been raised. So
for those that may not be familiar with what that means, there's the black flag there. So if the black flag is displayed, no part of a boat's hull shall be in the triangle formed by the ends of the start line and the first mark during the last minute before its starting signal. If a boat breaks this rule and is identified, is the tough part, it shall be disqualified without a hearing, even if the race is restarted or resailed, but not if it is postponed or abandoned before the starting signal. So it's a real deterrent to make sure everyone behaves themselves. They've had 2 goes at it and they've failed. Now will be the third under black flag. So you really got to take a deep breath and hold back here.
Well, and let's see if the committee does reset the line.
So they don't recall them, they just don't finish them. So they probably won't know. You won't know if you're over. You just keep sailing and you'll know when you don't get a hoover at the finishing line.
It's a bit of a disappointing one, isn't it, Pete?
Well, I'm sure we've... Well, not
I'm sure you've never infringed.
No, that's not true. I mean, you know, you've broken the start and you think you're doing well and you cross the line and your heart certainly stinks. It doesn't stink. It sinks when you see that you don't get the hooter and then it stinks.
Yeah.
And you blame everyone but yourself, but the onus is back on yourself.
Yeah, you can find a lot of people to blame in those circumstances, though, can't you?
Yeah.
It's fine.
So
that's why you don't sail a laser.
Yeah, we've got
You've got no one else to blame.
Yeah.
That's right.
We've got the flying fireman from Fremantle, Mike Hughes, watching. He's on the couch in the fire station in Fremantle, so don't overdo it, Hughesy. Make sure you're looking after yourself.
That's right. Good pressure coming down. They'll be fine the next start, I think.
Okay, we're going to have another go at it. Black flag up, third attempt. And the breeze is really, really good from what we've had for the last half hour. We've got probably 8, 9, 10, maybe even 11 knots here at the starting area. There's that ominous black flag at the stern of the Ripple side, the committee vessel.
And they've done a good job of separating all the flags, so there's no doubt that people should be able to see that one.
That's right. You can't blame it if they're not seeing it. It's certainly prominent. The Vicaris flag flying there alongside the 18-footer flag. Vicaris, the starting equipment, instrumentation used on all the fleet. And all, there's 5 minutes, and all boats, Jimmy, I think, are for the series equipped with VHF sets.
Yeah, it's new safety thing being brought in, so they've all got VHF radios on board, which I guess they could probably use that to notify who's over, but they got it turned on. Just noticing the start clock there, Pete, was counting up, so now it's disappeared.
Okay, well, I think we've got 4 minutes to go.
There we go.
Now it's coming down.
Yeah, so the clock doesn't match the flags.
No. So is that grounds for a protest for the black flag, do you think?
I'll leave that to you, Jimmy, and Andrew, you got brains for that. I'm just...
Mate, I'm just a dumb sheet hand, mate.
Well, that's the ferry for today, I believe, the 18-footer ferry. Oh, hang on. There's another...
4 minutes.
Okay, we're in sync, are we? 4 minutes.
So they got the clock to line up with the flags. That's a good plan.
It's a good start.
My goodness.
So the breeze is down again. If it's enough to get us away.
Enough to get us rolling, and the direction's good, Pete, for the line.
Yeah, everything's lining up. Our stars are in line, as they say.
If I could make the start line 80 metres longer, I'd be happier, but...
Just as we talk, there's a big pleasure boat slipping around Bradley's Head.
The Ghost, I think it's called.
If that skipper doesn't... If he knows something about sailing, he'll stay well clear. But if he doesn't...
I wouldn't be over-optimistic on that one.
There he is. He could cause a little issue with 3 minutes to go.
Just coming to 3, indeed. Well, the crews have had plenty of time to overthink about it anyway, Pete.
Yeah, okay, 3 minutes. 3 flags remaining. Black flag stays firmly up. So where do we start now, Andrew? With a bit more breeze, it looks better looking upwind.
He's put the pedal down on the ghost.
Okay.
He obviously knows what's coming.
Good, I like that. He might be watching us. He doesn't want to get an early kumquat award. It just makes a nice bit of wake as he goes upwind.
Still not actually too bad off the back of that.
Still, well, he's only doing 6 knots. Still favours a pin if you can find a hole.
Well, it'll be a popular place to be, but no, maybe it's a bit more popular up here at the weather end, at the committee boat end at the moment. So where are some of the favourites? Rag and Yandu are still down at that end.
Finport up
as is Yandu. Finport is he's trying to get down there. There's plenty of time, 2 minutes 10 to go.
Yeah, it's only a 1 minute sail to the end. Finport.
Yeah, and good breeze. We've got 9, 10 knots.
Getting rolling.
And I think everyone will be very cautious here. They don't want to have their drop on the first day, that's for sure. Because you're over the line and the black flag comes into play. Yandu and Balmain, both down there. That's Bradley's Head. They're close to the shore there. And that's the red hull. Is that Shore and Partners there? I think it is. Or no, is that Balmain?
That's
Balmain.
Balmain.
Yep, Balmain. Correct. Orange hull, not red. So, minute 20 to go. We're starting to get lined up. Finport in the middle of the line. Our German friends, the Black Knight, Rag and Famish, Balmain and Yandu, all down towards the pin.
The black flag's got them all about 6 lengths back.
Well, that's what it's supposed to do. I mean, could be here till midnight if you don't do that.
No, you're
With
right.
a minute to go. Yeah, they're very cautious. They're very cautious. Vykovi's going to be up at the committee boat. What's the wind like, Andrew? It's patchy, isn't it?
Nice, but 8, 10, 12 maybe even.
Big gap down here towards the pin.
Yep.
Oh, there's the rag starting to get prominent down there.
Anyway,
Coming down to leeward of the fleet. Yandu's off camera here. There's Balmain, and even further behind him is Yandu. Balmain coming in on port, going to tack underneath them.
He's going to tack under them and have a crack, which is
That's probably a good way to go.
Not a bad strategy.
Yeah, he can go.
Hoffel House at the boat end.
Yeah, he's squeezed out. He's
got squeezed out. So
well, he's certainly not over the Hoffel. Okay, 7 seconds. Big bow in the line, as you always expect. Oh, we're away. We're away. Oh, breeze hard in the left.
Yep.
And Yandu, can he cross on port?
He's going very slow.
You can't see him yet. Andu, what's Andu doing? They penalty turn. What are they doing? I'm just trying to.
I don't know. He's just trying to jump out of there.
Okay, now there's Yandu. Okay, Balmain can't lay it.
Can't lay. Breeze has gone hard left.
Hard left.
Rag and Famish is going to lay.
Yep.
Just.
Okay, they're away. Everyone trying to get on a port as quick as they can. First heat is underway.
And Finport leads. How about that?
Well, the Royal Oak and above Finport is one of the New Zealand boats. Oh, Hoffel House in all sorts of trouble. Some of the boats are struggling to get off this line here. It's so light, but there's the Hoffel House. So, gee, the fleet are all split up very quickly. Shore and Partners got badly screwed up at the bottom end of the line, but we're away on port. Yandu is prominent. Above him is our Queensland friends in Bigfoot.
And the breeze going back to the right.
Back to the right, yep. It's all over the shop here in strength and direction. I think if you get out to the right now, looking at it, you come back on a really strong starboard. Look, you can see the headers these boats are taking going back.
Well, in the end, determined a little bit by the breeze lifting off on the left edge.
Yeah.
So the left edge didn't work.
So, yeah, and the boats that are going left, But the Germans have gone hard left in good pressure, along with Rag and Famish. Can't even see them. They've gone way into the left, down off Bradley's head. So a massive split after about 2 minutes of racing. There they are. There's the Rag and the Germans still going on starboard tack. The Rag has flipped over onto port. So Shaw and Partners looks okay now. They've got rumbling.
A fair bit of difference between high left and high right.
So
that's for sure.
Yandu started the pin. It's gone hard to the right. Gee, a massive split, Andrew, isn't it, already? Because the Germans have really thrown the gauntlet down, going hard into the left.
Yeah, and he's got good pressure. They can tack and come back and be in pretty good order now.
They could make things very, very good for themselves if they can tack and cross the fleet in pressure.
He's pressing his luck now.
There's our UK friends.
Mark's over there, mate. Here he goes.
There he's just tacked now the Black Knight. A big split. We really won't know what's happening until they converge at the top mark.
No, the Black Knight, I think, will lead, Pete.
I think he may well.
Yep. He's started with the most wind for the most.
He stayed in the pressure.
And the most wind for the most amount of time.
Heinrich von Bayern and Thomas and Andy Martin. Wow, if he can stay in some pressure. The Rag looks strong too in the middle. He went left as well. They're heading as they go back.
Finport's leading the other edge, but just depends if they got breeze, Pete. They've got wind on the other edge now. They didn't have for a while.
Boats are starting to bail out and come back. Okay, so that's New Zealand. One of the New Zealand boats is leading that charge in from the right, followed by Finport. The Royal Oaks in the mix. Andrew's wriggling way up into contention as well. But it's now the right-hand edge is favoured, this group here. The Black Knight off camera has really taken a hurt going back. Ran out of pressure, ran out of wind again. He's bowed down. So the right will pay.
The little stream out of Rough Cutters Bay, Pete.
Yeah, wow, he looks strong and now he looks really deep.
He'll be right. He'll still be in the top 6.
Anyway, we'll see. The leaders are about 150 metres from this top mark, the weather mark, the first time, to the northwest of Clark Island. There's Andu right on the tail of Finport. He's got himself out of deep trouble there, Andu. He looked deep and buried. But the right is starting to pay now. Finport laying on a tight lay.
Big call to say he's laying, Pete.
I'd say, well, you're looking at it, he is now. Whether he will lay in another 20 metres, I don't know. But yeah, he's got 2 on the wire, 1 sitting in.
Well, let's have a look at the cross here, Pete. Rag
so the Rag
ducking around the back of Andu.
So it looks at the moment that it's probably Finport and one of the New Zealand boats.
Yeah, Finport will lead, and the ASCC number 2 will be second.
Okay.
Will be second. Finport high right. Wow, look at that.
So I'd say he's laying now, Andrew, wouldn't you?
Yeah, probably.
But geez, that breeze really mixed things up just after the start. The right looked good and the left looked good. And where are our German friends? They're not far out of it. Yep. Okay, so Finport leads.
And good pressure coming for his shoot here. So
yep.
This might be a repeat of the Gildan last year, Pete, you remember?
I do.
The Finport led and they just disappeared.
Okay, so Finport, Keegan York.
And he's got a bit of luck there because he's riding the face of a beauty.
New Zealand ASCC is second.
Yep. Nice work, boys.
Very good job.
Yeah.
Okay, Andu third. Black Knight fourth. And ASCC 1 is the second boat. Then the Black Knight, follows Andu, and then the Royal Oak, then Yandu, Fisher Paykel. Oh, the rag got dropped off a bit there. He's next around. And then the outside of him is Emma Rankin and Shaw and Partners. And then a little bit of a gap then. They've jumped away a little bit.
Yeah,
but
now,
it was...
Pete, the next bit here, and I think if you recall last year, we did see some interesting stuff, but a drive down to Bradley's wouldn't probably be a bad idea if you were not laying.
Well,
but the breeze have gone far enough left.
Yeah, some of them are pointing at Bradley's. Burrowang's around, Balmain around. Sixth is next, then Smeg with a reef in. And then come the tail enders, one of which is Vycobi. Marine Outlet, John Cooley is next. Then
God almighty.
ASCC 2 is next. And then the Bigfoot, the Queensland Friends, who are up a couple of minutes after the start, but they've dropped back. Then Hoffelhaus, another of the Germans, is around outside the Bigfoot. And then the tail enders are made up of C-Tech, then Vycobi. Wow, he's giving them a start today. Noakes, Victoria, then Lazarus, Denmark, and our UK friends and the kitchen maker will be the tail end Charlies. But boy, they have to heat right up here on this run down to Obelisk. The breeze has lightened and moved considerably in direction. They're all heating up way above any ley line at all. They get down and they get down a bit. They're starting to head. Well, it's a progressive header, I think, as you go down the harbour to some degree. Yes. They're at 90 degrees on the same jibe here, boats here. Look at these boats, they're high and the leaders have dropped away in big heading pressure. Okay, Smeg now. There's Yandu with a white chute. Trying to get low. Big header. Well, that's what they want. The leaders have got it. Yep. It's fleet are led by Finport. And Finport's halfway down to the Beecher Boy. Well, he's well down. There's Yandu left. The Royal Oak with a green chute. They are 4th and 5th. ASCC 1 is 3rd, Andu 2nd, and that's the leading 3. Now they've lost pressure again, they're hunting up for it. So it's going to be a long VMG run here. Yeah. Finport look like they're sailing in 12 knots of wind, Pete, in the lead. Same as the Kiwis here, more or less. Well, that was an interesting beat, wasn't it, after the start? The breeze did everything. Well, you know, the water's hot enough, it just lifts off when it softens. So that's the chasing fleet. Yandu in about 5th position. They're starting to wick up a bit. There's the Royal Oak. Okay, that's ASCC1. Skippered by Ellie Lifting, Adam Mustel and Josh Shom. And back behind them, Andu with Jive. Interesting. Okay, Finport still carrying on as the race leader
in plenty of wind, relatively speaking. Anyway, yeah.
So does he go back and cover off on Andu, or does he keep going, Keegan? You're having a look around.
I think he keeps going to about Nielsen Park Point, Peter. Little funnel, here he goes.
I think he jives well. What would you know, as they say, Andrew?
Not much, but more than some people. Yeah. Yeah, I guess standing in the shoes of the Finport boys, leading comfortably. Just they would imagine they could probably go on and win it from there, wouldn't you, Jimmy, or not?
No, it's way too early. Way too early.
Keegan would have the confidence for it.
Yeah,
but,
that's what I'm saying.
Well, it's a
bit,
great start.
Bit nervous with the chasing pack, though.
Yeah,
still.
I think with Andu and Yandu,
they're going to have your victory speech done. Maybe just in pencil at this stage.
Pencil, right? Fair enough. 2B with rubber at hand.
Yes.
I think they've probably opened up a bit on Andu by this tactic of carrying on a little further, but it remains to be seen.
Jibed on the face of a good path. They've got a little obstacle in the way in front of them.
Andu's a lot lower than them in Taylor Bay, and Finport is heading in towards Chowder Bay. And here are our New Zealand friends, ASCC 1. That's Royal Oak and Yandu as a fleet of Etchells going upwind. Breeze in the southwest here.
Yep, Finport just had to jibe away for the
sea deck.
A miscellaneous vessel in the way.
Okay, well that's Yandu top. Yandu's top of screen. Just going into Chowder Head.
So this is interesting, Pete. Below range, more pressure coming though.
Yeah, it's a big split now. Yeah, Finport going in towards Nielsen Park. He's in mid harbour, while Yandu's right down on the shore.
Finport's going to come back on a header on Port Jibe here, Pete.
So that's what he's looking for.
Yep. ASCC still in second, I think.
There's the converge between ASCC 1 and Andu.
Here comes the cross.
I think they'll be jibing, Jimmy.
I would think so.
Folks, yep, there's the cross. Thank you. And let's have a jibe. Good puff here.
Yeah,
that's what
little puffs.
What Finport will jibe back on.
So Yandu was closed up to the Black Knight and to the Royal Oak. Now, this is going to be interesting. Finport's still running in towards the Nielsen Park shore on starboard jibe. If this pressure gets to these back markers quickly, they'll get some heading pressure.
Bucko, do you think that's the big spinnaker on Royal Oak?
It looks like it.
It looks very large.
Well, you just never know. It looks big. Maybe the rake's different, or the
Wow, that certainly looks big. But there's the second and third at the moment, and these boats are going to be very close to Finport here.
Well, it's the problem the race leader has. Hard to defend downhill. But he'll still be in front, Pete.
What a great shot that is. Look, ASCC 1 trying to roll Andu, trying to roll the champions. And they're doing a pretty good job of this.
Finport on a pretty good header.
Oh, just there's the collapse chute. He's taken their gas. And they're very close to Finport here. New Zealand could lead. New Zealand could lead here. Let me tell you. Wow, there's an upset for you straight away.
No,
well done.
Finport not in front, eh?
No.
My goodness.
He's got to go behind both of them. So Finport's gone from first to third.
But this is the side with the most wind now, Pete. So
a lot of runway left there. Yeah. So certainly in this leg and in the whole race.
He didn't look up enough to say there's more wind coming on the other edge. But he's now into it, and the other guys are going to where there's less wind. So Finport could get down to the jibe point down here and be back in the lead.
Well, it'll be interesting to know whether Ellie Lefting, the skipper on ASCC, how many times he sailed on the harbour. Probably not many, if any.
I think.
But boy, he's led the way down here.
The operative word is not many, Pete.
But the other boat that's come through is the Black Knight. He's got deep on this run.
Well, he liked the rain and stuff, you know. He thought he was back at home.
He'd need some icebergs.
Yeah.
Okay, there's Keegan having a look for the jibe. He's got to get around George's head. There's the Black Knight with the black and the blue spinnaker.
Come on, you guys. Don't need to overcook this one.
See, look, he's across here. He'll be, he's going to be tight. Oh, he's put the bow up. Okay, so now the other boat that's improved greatly is Yandu. He's run right up to them here. So this is game on. Also the Royal Oak.
Yeah, so Finport
It's a game at 6 here. There's a lot of boats in it. Finport's been the big loser here.
ASCC's going to lead easily. Wow.
It's tricky down here. Tricky in light air, tricky in heavy air. It's the fleet barrelling in on port. The only boat on starboard is Finport.
And plenty of wind he's about to get to, and a big powerboat wash
And
as well.
plenty of waves too.
Wow, look at
Very
that.
friendly fellow again. Thanks very much. Up and down, bang. Okay, there's ASCC 1 across. So Finport's got himself back to second, I think.
ASCC in a screamer.
Shows you don't have to sail on the harbour much to know what you're doing. How would we know? Okay, so we're approaching Obelisk, the Lewin mark, the first time. Always tricky to get your jibe angle right here, so he's going to have a couple of goes at this.
Yeah, I think he's thinking there's just more pressure in the middle of the creek, and
Well, there is the boats barrelling down with him here. You see the Honda Marine spinnaker on ASCC 1.
so I think what we'll see here, Pete, is Finport go nearly to the ley line, or the best guess they've got. Because there's no sea state to worry about, so it's an unusual,
Yeah, it's flat water, isn't it? Very flat water.
unusual day for down here. A little bit more wind on this edge. So Finport on the other jibe now, Pete, coming at him. ASCC still on starboard.
Okay, there's ASCC jibing. And they're still about 200 metres from the leeward mark. There's still a bit more runway to play out. So Andu going deep here. They'll want to attack this on one more jibe and come in on starboard. There's the Black Knight. There's ASCC.
So the breeze in the right, Pete, so the guys coming in on port will get a bit of a leg up here. ASCC done a great job.
Yeah, they're protected well. Finport's got to get out of the way of the Black Knight. Gee, two overseas boats, first and second. Long way to go, but it's a good start for these boys.
So,
Okay.
folks, on the camera boat, we're right at the bottom mark. Breeze about 12 to 14.
Yep, I'll give you that. That's plenty of wind here.
Not much sea state, not
There's
too bad.
a lot of change of position. Yandu's gone from second or third to about sixth. Yandu's about fourth, third or fourth.
The other one that's been able to bridge themselves across from the chasing pack has been the Rag and Famish, Pete. They're not far off this
Yeah,
lead
they're
pack.
right at just past George's head. Slow run in here
So
for the
the-
leader.
Kiwi's doing a bit of square running.
Yeah, he didn't give himself enough room to come up and get deep, but here comes Finport barrelling in.
It's the first time he's been round the mark, though, Pete.
Yes,
So
yeah.
he'll be right.
He's very slow here, but Finport barrelling in. There's the Black Knight. Okay, so ASCC 1 leads, Black Knight second, Finport third, Breeze in the right, at about 9, 10, 11 knots perhaps.
Finport got the chute stuck up the rig.
Oh, yep, still stuck. As Yandu next around in fourth. Okay, shoots down on Finport. Then the Royal Oak, then Andu, and then Rag and Famish. He's been the big improver, as Jimmy said.
Oh, that's a big catch, isn't it?
And then a big gap then to the next boats. A really big gap. Okay, the Royal Oak, right in contention.
Yep. So the fleet just getting a little bit out of whack there. Jibe angles with a small rig. Bit bigger. Need to allow another 5 to 8 degrees.
Oh, okay, so Andu's tacked immediately. Got to clear his gas, I'd say.
Yep. And there's good pressure in the bay, so
Yeah, and he needs the right-hander to come back out. There's the rag.
he doesn't need to be in the pinching match the other guys are indulging in.
So the tide, we've got the tide
Ebb, mate.
ebbing from a 1.2 metre high.
So only 0.6 of a metre of rise and fall, but it's still material.
There's Jordan Gertis and Fisher Paykel. He'll be next in about 8th spot. Oh, look at... There's... above him is 6th. Where'd our Balmain friends end up? They're way out of it, aren't they?
Over. Just to the left of that shot there.
Yeah.
Well, the peloton got absolutely hammered after they got round the top mark. It's like it lifted and
Well, it's
lightened.
been a tricky day so far. Tricky out of the start.
Yep.
Tricky downwind. As Fisher Paykel will be next around. He's got a fair gap over 6th. But Andu and Fisher and Rag and Famish and Yandu are all going into Obelisk, onto the
Hiding from the current, Peter.
George's Head shore and hoping for a big right-hander to come along that shore. As the remainder of the fleet come in, led by 6th Shore and Partners, then Balmain, and then C-Tech. And then on the shore is Smeg. She's going to get in behind these couple. There's Smeg. And I should be suffering with that reef in the sail. But they're one of the lighter crews, as you say. So there's Andu coming out on starboard, just ahead of Yandu. And Rag and Famish has gone almost to the shore to try and get that lift along George's Head, the northern side of George's Head.
And just some current relief too, Pete. Finport, as usual, doing their own thing. Up in the middle of the creek on port. Let's see how this plays out here. Andu not going to cross the dark night, or the black night, I'm sorry, I don't think.
No, I think the night will be ahead.
Just 3 strings, so 11, 12 knots of wind. And so ASCC given back a bit there by the look of that, Pete. Finport out hard left here, not looking all that sharp.
Yeah, he went right all towards almost to the Sound Pigs Reef, for those that know Sydney Harbour.
Well, a bit of current relief there, sandbank in the middle.
Gee, he doesn't look too flash on
No,
camera.
not enough wind. The wind is on the right edge pretty much.
The boat that's smoking along at the shore is Yandu. So we're watching the tail end Charlie's come in. There's Finport. What's he looking like going back? He's
given back 200 metres.
now Yandu will be crossing clearly. There it is.
His rig setup looks good, but he just learned the lesson. Do not go left.
Yeah, he will. He's close, still close enough.
Yeah, but there's more wind on the right edge, Pete. There's
More
kind
wind
of,
coming around George's Head, and that's where Yandu's going to make a big impression.
you'd say that Yandu is close to the lead now.
I would think so.
And that rig is quick, isn't it, Jimmy?
And he's
Look
lightning
at
quick.
Finport looking for pressure here.
Yep.
Ooh. Meanwhile,
But you can see, Pete, I mean, it's easy for us sitting on the camera boat, obviously, but there is more pressure on the right edge. As you get near the land of Nielsen Park, there's just less wind. Just land friction.
well, as you say,
personified.
Andu has gone right out into the middle of the harbour.
And he's now 2 strings.
2 strings. He's in the middle of a laser fleet from the Vaucluse Yacht Club.
What could go wrong?
And there's Yandu. He's still going out into the middle as well. I think probably ASCC and the Germans are still probably 1 and 2, but narrowly.
Narrowly, yep.
There they are. That's George's Head in the background between Obelisk and Chowder.
The premium for finding 2 knots more wind here is very large when you're under in.
Okay, so Andu is still going in towards the Watsons Bay area. Yandu is tacked back.
Most wind on the harbour is right where ASCC and Black Knight are on the right edge. Just what we're looking at there, that's maximum pressure.
Okay, well, we'll see Yandu in a moment. Just behind, New Zealanders attacked on Yandu. No loss there. And Yandu is going to be... The Germans are going to come into play here. Where are they going to go? Thread the needle somewhere.
Oh, he's fourth or third, doesn't matter.
Third.
Good bit of pressure here where Finport is.
Really good. And but Andu has really rolled the dice, but he's over in really left-handed breeze in the sort of Lang Point, Watson's Bay area. He doesn't look too bad to me.
Until he gets to Bottle and Glass, Pete.
Well, it could get a little lighter there, but anyway, some big splits. We've seen the splits downwind. We've now seeing the big splits upwind. That's where Keegan York has a look around. He's right in the mix.
So Keegan probably now can stand on for a long while here on port. He's got a little less current than the guys in the middle and probably a little more wind. The compounding effect as well.
Ooh,
and ASCC visibly bow down into him now.
Yeah, Andu looks quick there. He's climbed well above ASCC 1.
Yeah, that big fat jib he's got. Look at him go. Ooh, breeze turning left a bit up in front of these guys.
And breeze is in the left for both that have gone left, but they've got to get through that lightish patch from Bottle and Glass to Steel Point. But it's light again here.
So Finport now has to get back to the middle. I think they're in less pressure now. Here he goes.
The Royal Oak has come into this as well. They're very much in play.
It's going to be a long day. Good line of pressure coming down out of Rose Bay, Pete.
Yeah, well, Finport's behind the Royal Oak. It's behind Black Knight and well behind Andu. Andu's done pretty well up there.
Yeah, he rolled the dice big, but he's got to get through that zone of less pressure on the shoreline.
Well, he's got massive height.
Yep.
Massive height. And there's good breeze in Rose Bay. He's just got to get through, as you say, up to Steel Point, and he'll be looking pretty strong, Andu. But we're on the Black Knight, the Germans. And there's Andu. That's coming up towards Bottle and Glass, Nielsen Park.
So Yandu leads at the moment, Pete. He's just got enough pressure and a good one coming for him as well.
Well, he's got it getting into the pressure, you're right. But
yeah, here he goes now.
That's what he goes back on. That'll be the key.
Well, it's a long way to the low line, mate. Have a look at him now relative to Andu.
Yeah, Andu just suffering from lack of pressure. His height's okay. Well, there he is.
Crawling along.
Well, it's 2.5 strings, you'd say.
Yeah. Looking upwind, Pete, a little more rainy type cloud up there, more pressure coming from the right edge. Eventually.
See how forward in the boat they are. Look at that.
Yeah, no, front of the wing.
Really front of the wing there.
Front of the wing.
There's Yandu.
Front of the wing.
Weight forward.
So, here's the thing for Yandu here. There's a good line of pressure coming to him.
I like Andu actually at the moment.
I know you do, Pete.
No, well, I think he's high and he's got a bit of pressure.
He is high.
He's still got a little wriggle to get through. But
let's see what happens here.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. There's a yacht going to rouse. Oh, look at this idiot. So no, we'll take that back. Well done, sir. Well done.
The Yandu tacking on the face. They just missed it though.
Yes.
Oh, and the Kiwi's going to tack as well.
Oh, wow, that's an interesting place to tack.
No, but on the paved face of this high right.
Yeah, he's got to keep his height or else he's in the gas of Yandu.
Yeah.
No, it's close. I think, well, it's going to be a do-a-thon, either Andu or Yandu. And I think it's Andu.
Andu's going to come out in front of him.
Yeah, he's got pressure, he's high, he's almost got through.
The breeze is turning right, Pete, here, I think.
Yeah, but Andew's
Yeah,
across
no,
him easy.
Yeah, he is now, isn't he?
Which means Rag and Famish looks good too, because they took a similar course to Andew.
That took some courage, let me tell you.
Oh, absolutely. Shows a good knowledge of the harbour, perhaps. Oh, Andew's stopped.
Andew's gone back.
He's gone back. He's tagged.
Gone back for
You're
more.
right, Jimmy.
That's almost hard to believe, isn't it? But watch Andew here, Pete. Folks, so sorry, viewers. Andew in on the shore. Yandu up near us. There's the picture. High right with pressure for Yandu. The opera's not over, Pete. Good pressure there.
Yeah, 3 strings on the Andew as well.
Yeah. 3 strings on both boats.
Yeah. And the breeze good in Rose Bay. They're just about to approach Rose Bay. Breeze is in the left. It's gone back into the south-southeast, perhaps. And we've got 12 knots maximum, maybe a little bit more. But also Rag and Famish. He's in the mix. He's probably either second or third.
And not to say the Royal Oak.
And the Royal Oak. And Finport now is back in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, 5th. He's in front of ASCC, though.
And ASCC is now 7th.
Wow.
Okay, now Andew's opened up a really good lead here. Really good lead. And Rag and Famish are second. I think
that's a big party, isn't it?
Oh, they've
Really
got tack underneath him.
Got some wheels on that Rag and Famish, don't they?
Yeah.
So,
well, good breeze here now. Best we've had since the start. It's probably settled down in direction.
And the Shore Partners and the Balmain just getting out of the peloton, so good on them.
And they've gone, well, Balmain's protected the left as well, and he's come right back into it in about 7th or 8th position. And there's Andew, the leader of Heat 1, the defending champion. Showed them the way up that beat. Held firm, went hard into the left, almost into Watson's Bay, and then smoked along in a big left-hand pressure. That's the shot we're looking at. That's the job they've all got to do to catch him now. Up to Shark Island and then the run back to Athol.
Tricky looking racetrack, Pete. Glad we're on the camera, Cat.
But nice breeze here. We're at Steel Point.
Yeah, most we've seen today thus far. We're just astern of the Black Knight, and the wind is probably 14 plus. And Rag and Famish and Yandu also in shot there.
So probably 3 of the favourites are in 1, 2 and 3 in Andew, Rag and Yandu.
In a big fight for 6, Peter, between the Black Knight, ASCC and Finport.
and the Royal Oak.
And the Royal Oak. Sorry, Royal Oak, yes indeed.
Yeah, breeze in the left with pressure now. Ooh,
Big duck there.
big duck from the Black Knight.
Well, the Kiwis are shaky tack.
They've got a nice left-hander here. Get the mainsail on, you'll be away, boys. There they go. They've done a pretty good job on an unfamiliar harbour.
Yeah, they might have a chat with them. They're looking forward to it.
How's their body language now, Buckos? Look all right?
You know, they're looking happy with themselves.
Good,
and
okay, I like that.
I heard them say a minute ago the water's a bit warmer than bloody Auckland Harbour or something like that.
And what the matter?
Yeah.
What a matter, what a matter. So we'll just sort of tidy up here in what we're seeing. It's Andew leads, Rag and Famish, Yandu, the Black Knight close to ASC 1, then the Royal Oak, then Finport, then Balmain, and then Shore and Partners, I think. That's
That would
probably
be roughly right.
Yeah, the top, probably
Top 9.
9 or 10, yeah. There's
And it's a huge gap back to 10th.
It's Shark Island that Andew has got to get round. And the breeze, what do we got? 12, 13, 14 perhaps?
Yeah, the puffs are about 14, Pete, so just in range for this rig now, so
Very nice.
Be an interesting leg down to Robertson's Point.
Well, it's more in Athol, isn't it, Bucko? But
Yeah,
it did look like there was that orange mark at Robertson Point, so it's going to be confusing when we head down.
Athol Bay East.
Okay, well, Andrew going out to a Port Tack ley line now, you'd think. There's the mark, that yellow mark. That's what he's got to navigate next as we watch Jacob Mark and the oak going across. There's Yandu with Mika Lane steering for this series. Former Australian champion is in pretty good shape. Vying for second place with Rag and Famish. See Rag and Famish just coming into shot. It's the battle for second. Andu now skipping away. Andu doing a terrific job.
A nice fat ley line, Pete.
Well, yeah, minimised attacks. Breeze had turned left a bit here. The breeze is starting to spike again. 13, 14 knots. A couple of boat lengths from the mark. Sheets are eased. Away they go. Nice job. This will be a very solid lead here. No Spinnaker yet. Crew's still out on the wire. They're starting to think about it now. Highly experienced crew with this.
Two sail and then have a look.
Multiple JJ titles between them all.
Only about 20.
Well, that's 20 more than a lot of people have got.
Yeah. No, not 20. So the Rag going to get their second. That is nearly unbelievable, isn't it?
The crew have sailed. I can't say how many they've won, but I could work it out. Between them, they've sailed in 50 JJ races. There you go, Bucko, like that?
Not bad.
Just pluck that out of the air. It's all in my mind. It's that stuff I know, that trivia.
Trivia. You're very,
okay, what was the delta there, Andrew?
very trivial chap.
Did you forget to take it?
No, it's about 1 minute exactly.
Well, that's a pretty substantial lead.
It is at this point.
Breeze.
But what could go wrong on this next leg, Pete?
Well, nothing yet. They're all just main and jib reaching.
Yeah,
because the breeze is in the right.
In hard right.
There's Harry Price and his crew in the Rag. Josh McKnight and Finn Rodowitz leading the way from Mika Lane and Fang Warren and Lewis Brake in the Yandu, and then a fairly big gap now to fourth.
They will need a shoot.
It looks like they do in the distance, but this is the battle for fourth with the Royal Oak.
Rags is going for a Spinnaker set, not on shot.
Yep.
Alex Marinelli and Matt Doyle along with Jacob Marks. And there's the New Zealand boat, ASC1. Ellie Leifting and Adam Mustel, Josh Schon. There's the black and white around on the outside of Finport. Shoots appearing at the leading group. So this group, Finport's in 7th spot. So they have really cleared out from the remainder. So we'll follow them down now to the next leeward mark.
Yeah, it looks to me, Pete, like the early hoist will have been better.
Well, that's what Finport's doing off camera.
Yeah.
He's the first to hoist, really.
Yeah.
There's the Black Knight going for it, the Royal Oak set. Nice set on that boat.
And as you'd expect, perhaps the Kiwi's a little bit more conservative.
And that's the white Spinnaker.
But they're going to end up driving into the bottom mark, so it's nearly a V&G run. Finport's done the right thing.
So that's led by ASC1. What does that Spinnaker remind you of on ASC1?
Honda.
Well, it's got written on it. Of course it does.
Yeah.
That's a boat that came over here and conquered all, winning 3 titles. So bit of leftover kit from that boat. She wasn't slow. So terrific battle here for 4th between 4 boats. As Andu gets a good puff to bow down and get down to this next leeward mark. Yandu hunting pressure, as is the rag. Oh, the rag getting a bit of trouble. A bit of aero wash off the medium speed ferry. Not that aero wash again. Dear oh dear. I thought that had gone away, but it's still there. Oh, it comes back every dark night. Travelling with the Kiwis. Looking pretty chilled.
Haven't met a Kiwi that isn't chilled.
Out of the Chillabon thanks. So the rag has closed up on the Andu Peak pretty significantly. They have. There's the, is that the leeward mark? We can see just to leeward of their chute.
Yes, it is.
Okay, well, it's certainly two more jibes in this game yet. A bit of tough light air here, the wind lifting off on the headland. Yeah. The rag have run into the light air now. Now they're getting bowed out. Yandu have got plenty. So you expect to see the fin put up to 4th at the bottom of the run. Do you? Okay, I'll hold you to that. See how we go. And the rag's coming at them pretty strongly, Peter. Yeah, not over by a long way. And we're only halfway through this southerly course. Not even. Around this leeward mark, up to Clark Island again, back down to Obelisk, round Shark Island, back here, and then a little beat to the finish. So, plenty of runway left yet. There we go. That's the setup, guys. The rag's soaking well. And the Andu body language saying we're okay. But nothing easy. VMG running in underpowered conditions. So they've got two more jibes. Yep, he's got to do one completed jibe at least. What's he going to do? He's going to go to possibly the rag also needs to do one, but they've at least got a 80 metre gauge off to leeward. They'll do a jibe and a jibe drop, Pete. Oh, yeah. Not much wind, a bit of wave to tickle them along, but the rag has closed up for sure. Okay. Oh. Jibe drop. And this will be slow, and the rag will be close up right up to them here. Okay. Good puff coming. Sam Newton working hard in the bow. The rag leaving it late. The rag leaving it super late. Super late. Wow. Okay, and good pressure goes Andu around the mark. A couple of boat lengths ahead of the rag, and then another about 3 or 4 boat lengths to Andu. Wow, that's a good drop under some pressure there. Got to get it into the boat, and some bad waves just hit Andu as they went round. Yep. Same with the rag. Oh, he's going to tack. That's not much pressure, and in waves. Ooh. You can see the result of that is not too flash. But he's had a look up and figured out that the left edge has got more wind. Okay, there's Mick Elaine in Yandu around 3rd. Wow, that's a tidy effort from the rag. Here comes ASC C1. Yandu not too bad either. So now Finport's not going to be 4th. No, he's not. I didn't want to correct you there, Andrew. Well, you could, but he could capsize. That's right. Our friends, and then he would get 4th. I don't think the Kiwis do much tipping over, actually, Pete. Oh, they've done a very impressive job so far. Absolutely. Graham Catley was telling me yesterday, Andrew, that they watch. These boys have been watching our telecast in New Zealand with the sound turned down. Well, the sound turned off. I would too. Can you blame them? No, not at all. Anyway, good on them. Good effort. It's great to see them here and performing so well. They're a close 4th with Finport right up their exhaust pipe. Okay, Keegan York. I was only wrong by 1, Pete. Yeah, well, not bad for you. So don't worry, these 18s are allowed to kiss the mark or hit the mark. And Finport emulating. Finport tacking quickly. And you can see the breeze just funneling here against this shore. Yeah, well, the breeze is just coming down to the Black Knight, and then the Royal Oak, Jacob Mark, he's right in the mix. The other improver has been Balmain. That's him with the orange spinnaker.
As usual, coming from fullback.
Would you say that's orange, Andrew? You're normally a colour consultant.
That's orange.
Okay. Not tangerine or
No.
mandarin?
Mandarin, perhaps. I don't know. Tangerine, I don't know.
Okay, and then
Anyway,
Emma Rankin.
It looks great.
She's good in the short, bringing this gust down with them.
Yep, so Pete, definitely more wind where Finport is than the other guys.
Look at Balmain.
Yep,
Smoking along.
exactly.
Okay, nice crew work there. Get the job done. Every round in pressure.
Well, they've now joined the back of this
Yes,
pack.
very much so,
yeah,
Jimmy.
Hopefully they go on with it.
And then Shaw and Partners next with a red shoot. Just getting a little wobble up there, the Shaw. And then following them is Fisher Paykel by about 40 metres. Then the similar distance to the Smeg, Nathan McNamara, Jed Cruikshank and Jack Taylor.
Now, it may be that Finport will be advised to go back on starboard here. Sorry, if you're looking upwind. Just see what happens here. Going to find the wind. How much wind has the rag got, Pete?
So,
they've got enough, haven't they?
They have. And Andrew's gone right into Garden Island, basically.
Some more dice rolling, but current-wise, that's the right thing to do. Whether it plays out or not,
Well, it's all about pressure, but he's done it well so far in this race as Jordan Gertis takes fish pie around.
I think the Rag and Famish might be in the lead. Jimmy?
Yes, Bucko.
The honour?
That's the Rag just there, top right.
I think they are.
He's in
Yeah.
left pressure.
A big bit of burglary. Breezy's turning left as per the model to some extent.
There's sixth, Vycobi. No, it's Vycobi with the greyish spinnaker. And the red spinnaker is Sea-Tech. And here's our friends in the Burrowang. Go the Burrowang and the Marine Outlet. So they're back at about 12th or 13th. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, Andu and the Rag and Famish.
Finport here laying the top mark on port. Sorry, viewers. Marine Outlet going into the bottom mark.
There's sixth about to go round, followed by Kobe. There's the other New Zealand ASCC boat.
Finport now not laying, but good pressure on.
Tricky beat.
Yep.
And the news is that the Rag, who went hard left, is high in the left with breeze.
Yeah.
As we're on Finport there. We'll have a look in a moment when they converge. And it looks as though Rag could be across Andu. He's certainly across Yandu. Remember, they were all only a boat length behind, in front of Yandu. Now Rag leads. That's him in the middle, and that coming in from the right is Andu. You can see that clearly now. Not by much. Andu short of the ley line. Oh, it's close. It's close.
Oh, the Rag's across him by 10 boat lengths.
Yeah, but Andu ran out a bit of gas there.
Yeah, still got no wind.
No, he's soft. He went right towards Garden Island. He just got softer as he went in.
Wow, the breeze turning left.
Yes,
Pete.
left and pressure.
What happens?
Certainly helped Harry Price. I presume his bad back's not worrying him at the moment.
Wow, snakes and ladders big time.
We had different boat around all marks other than Shark Island and Apple the first time.
Yep. Cool bananas.
Well, today's trophy is the George Calligros Memorial Trophy, and George was the early sponsor of Rag and Famish. His son, Pete Calligros, out watching as his charge is in the front at the moment, but it's...
Gee, it's dusty.
It's dusty, and it's tricky, if that means dusty, or dusty means tricky. That's what it is. Now look at Rag, all sitting in. They've just a big hole here.
Nobody's got any wind, Pete, at the moment.
No, it's
Little
been
puff coming, though, from the right here.
a day of great ups and downs in wind strength and direction. Look at Rag, just drifting into this weather mark. He's got about 30 metres to go.
cracked
Yep.
sheets though.
And the other,
Finport has
the
their
other
own
boat.
private gust.
yeah, and he's come right into it. His sheets on the rag. They're
reaching into the top mark.
There's
Get the-
Josh McKnight looking for the pressure. Look at how easy they are.
Come on,
coming in.
guys, jib on a bit, surely. Crikeys. I'm getting a bit of trim here from Dylan.
So
He's trimming the drone and the jib on the
So
rag. You know.
Finport now is third.
See, Pete? I said high left was good, didn't I?
Well, yes, you did. Or did you? I can't remember.
It was amidst several predictions.
Okay, now Rag's around with a nice little bit of pressure. He's aiming for Bradley's head, which you'd like to see, but so the gap now is
He's happy with that.
waiting. Here goes Andrews. He's got a bit of pressure now. Okay, he's dropped back to second. A race on.
They wouldn't be unhappy, Peter.
No. In a day like this, you could really go from not first to last, but you can drop a long way back.
For these top guys, just the podium is okay.
Yeah,
For a
chip
day like
away,
today.
chip away. Good set on Andrew. Look at that. Bang. Beautiful.
That is A grade, isn't
A grade,
it?
wasn't it?
Yeah. Men on the wire, and there's Finport. He's got into third. He led at the weather this mark the last time.
More pressure coming out of it.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually
Double eight.
compass wind around to about 170. So at the start, we probably started in 190 to 200.
Okay, so Finport third. Now Yandu is around. Nicolane in fourth spot. And then a large gap. Our next boat round will be our Royal Oak.
And the Royal
Jacob
Oak
Mark.
has done some burglary up the beat as well. Good one. Good bit of pressure coming. So back up to mid-range here, Jimmy, almost.
Yeah, absolutely mid-range.
So there's the Oak, the Royal Oak Double Bay. Good job.
And Balmain and
Yep.
Smeg have managed to tack themselves hard onto this pack,
yeah,
as well as
Smeg's into
Fisher
it.
and Pikell.
Yeah. Oh, dear. What's happened to the Royal Oak?
Doing a bit of prawning.
What the halyard come adrift?
Something.
Oh, come on, boys. Work hard.
Oh. Easy to say from here, Pete.
Is it
Very easy.
ASCC 1 is around.
Might be stuck inside the D1 or something.
The
really
Black Knight is
bad.
next. But as you say, Jimmy, Smeg and Balmain right into it. The Royal Oak has got the chute up, so it's Rag and Famish, Andu, Finport, Yandu, ASCC 1, Royal Oak, Black Knight, then Balmain, then Smeg, then Fisher Michael. So the fight now is to get round Bradley's head. With the breeze caught into the left with pressure. That's the Bradley's Head Lighthouse. Andu's round. Chasing hard to the Rag, and here's the Royal Oak and ASCC 1 absolutely in a screamer now.
Just when you want the number one spinning, you're on the number two rig, isn't it?
Oh, yes,
Side
right.
rigs.
We think the Royal Oak have got the big spinning on the small rig. Done the Bobby Joy again. There it is. Look at that. It's possible but improbable. We're just really fighting that to get round the corner here. Well, everybody's laid over, so we're right. Bit of droning. The next trick will be to get round George's Head. The Rag's going to get first around Chowder Head, then George's Head. You can see the breeze now on the water. It's darkening up quite significantly. A very clear harbour, that's the good news. There's Nicolane and Fang Warren and Lewis Bray chasing hard in fourth spot. Great battle going on between these top four. Finport's pretty good at this angle too. Well, they're all good. Yandu's quick but deep. They're all very good. Don't worry about these top boys. They know what they're doing. Good work out for Harry Price is back up on the helm of Rag and Famish. He's around Chowder Head. The next obstacle will be George's Head. Here's Finport and Andu. Hammer and Tom. Great stuff now. So folks, we're motoring adjacent to Finport. at about 26 knots, and we're only gaining slowly. Good breeze now again in Rose Bay. It just got tricky up near the Clark Island. There's some big holes in the breeze. Okay, Andu heading up a little to get around the headland. Finport barreling down. Crew's working overtime to keep these boats at maximum speed. It'll be interesting down here. Looks like we're going to have a drop and rehoist. On average, breeze rotating as the model suggested.
The rag's right on the limit, isn't it?
The rag leads by about 20 seconds from Andu, and perhaps another 10 seconds to Finport. Still a good contest, but this new breeze might favour the leader to some degree. The next beat will be big port tack bias. There's Andu, probably the heaviest crew I think out here. And the rag just going to do something here, going to drop. Folks, there we go. So it's a two sail up around the point. Yeah, if Andu can get here with the spinnaker still up, it's a massive gain. Yeah, the drop and the rehoist costs about 10 seconds of time. Yeah. No, their crew weight is here, Bucko? 300, 290. Oh, yeah, it is. You sure? I'm 100% sure. People have been known to sort of... I've got all the crew weights, have you? I'm going to test you every boat. Official crew weights, there you go. On the jockey scale, so right? You're 10 kilos out. But anyway, 10. These 10 kilos of whatever are really doing a good job. There's 290 kilos. There's a right up now to Rag, who's got a rehoist as they get round. And Andu and Finport are both going to get round this point by the look of it. Look at Andu flying down here. All right, so Pete, how many kegs on the Rag and Famish? What do you think? What do you reckon? 265. 250. 250. Okay, Andu's right up to the Rag now. Quite light. Okay.
So yeah, this may advantage is Finport. If they sneak through down here,
yeah,
these two get in a little tussle.
Correct, Amundo. The Andu's having a shot at it there. Wow. Anyway, the Rag got into VMG run mode. So folks, all the boats here are just about 400 metres from the bottom mark. VMG run though, I think. Yeah, and Yandu's also round the point without dropping. So that's a good effort from a lightish crew. Nothing light about them though, Pete, the Yandu. Come on. Middle of the road. 267. 267. Yeah, Lewis and Fang are pretty solid operators. Yeah. Think are hanging on for good life there. So the Rag's still in front. Well, it's a battle now. It's really four boats in this.
These four have absolutely stepped out from the...
They're all laying down to this mark, so they've got no more jives, I don't think. Well, they're VMG running now, the leader. Advantage Finport. This is going to be an exciting rounding. Andu going up on the stern of the Rag. That'll be putting all these crews under real pressure. Finport low here. Keegan's got the boat down to leeward here. Yandu's up high. Watch for a bit of VMG running. Yeah, they may have to here. Get the jockey pole out, Pete. Well, he's the kicker to get the pole back. None of that anymore, mate. Okay, Fat Rag will lead. Just, and he's going to do a completed jibe. Or a jibe drop, I'm not sure. Okay, crew's under pressure here. Real pressure. Good stuff though from the boys and girls. Finport barreling in. Rag and Famish pretty clever though. Oh, Andu's spinning slow to come down. Bit of yelling. Andu's round. He's round. That's pretty good handling from both boats. Well, all three. Okay, Andrew's sticking her in there.
Get the jib on, mate, and you'll be right.
A bit of breeze coming down them, rags away, and Andrew taxi did last time.
Yep. Still tidying up on the rag, so it cost him a little bit, but...
Now Yandu right in it. They've really dropped the remaining boats off here, and the next be led by ASCC1, the New Zealanders. They're just around George's Head.
Well, the top four remains the top four. Oh, and Rag and Famish nearly in the tide on the tack.
Wow. Oh dear.
Wow,
what happened there?
Wow.
Got a bad wave, did he, when he tacked? There was a bit of chop and
I think somebody fell over.
Maybe Harry's back let go.
So the rag's still not set up. They still don't have the bang on. Pressure coming.
So where do you go now, Andrew, up this beat?
If I'm the rag,
left, right, middle.
I'm just going to cover. I'm just going to lean on the jib and go on the starboard tack lay line, Pete. Breeze fairway on the left.
Well, here's 5th and 6th, the two overseas boats.
Yep.
Terrific job by, especially the New Zealanders. They've really sailed impressively, as has the Black Knight. They've been here before, but I don't think these New Zealand boys have.
No,
certainly
they
not sailing 18s.
No, they haven't. They haven't. And I tell you who's been hanging in all day, though. The Yandu hasn't been quitting, have they?
No.
And he looks like he's...
Oh, this is capsized. Having just said that, ASCC1 has capsized at the graveyard mark at Obelisk.
What happened?
What a shame.
They got a wobble up, did they?
Yeah.
They still get 6, I think.
They got high. Oh, I don't know. Here comes the Royal Oak barrelling down. Balmain coming close as well. And then Fisher Paykel.
But they had to shoot down, didn't they?
They're trying to get it down, I think.
Chute was down.
So the Black Knight's round. Royal Oak, and there's Yandu. Now the boat that I'm missing is Smeg. Where did they end up? Oh, they're still coming down with a white
Smeg are just about to come in
camera.
the shot
There they
right
are.
there.
Okay. So Fisher Paykel's jumped them. So the Fisher Paykel's done well. They're in the certainly top 10. Then Smeg with their small reef mainsail. Good job. So these boats now starting to bounce off George's Head, the northern side.
Yeah, just watch this, Pete. How tight will the clamp be? So for the viewers, Rag and Famish leading, Andrew second, and coming up to port and starboard cross, but Rag with enough margin to tackle, I think, on their breeze.
Good breeze in the middle of the stream here. Yandu's just chipping away nicely. Here's the cross.
Rag's had to just go, stand on. Okay, fair enough.
Okay, let him go. So where do you go? Finport going out midstream. Yeah, Andrew went across to Watson's Bay the last time and it paid huge dividends. Breeze looks left here, looking at Finport going out on starboard. Yandu starting to lift as well.
Oh, he's coming back.
Yandu's tacked, okay.
I think that's the right answer, Pete. In the puff. Tack in the puff.
Good puff here, where Yandu is.
But I think that the Rag has now got the opportunity to go all the way across.
Well, the news is that Yandu took his stern.
Yep.
So it's close.
But the
almost
game,
about.
Yandu has gained by being in the stream in the middle. More pressure in the middle of the creek.
And the boat that is doing well is this boy's here in Yandu, Mika Lane.
He's now second, I think.
Finport's gone out towards Sound Peaks and just tacked onto port, but it's high left at the moment.
High left, and the Rag's
sees that.
The Rag's
got a massive lift here.
The Rag's still leading, Pete.
I think Andrew will try and get back when he can. Andrew.
Hard when it's turned left.
Yes, it is. Oh, he's got no pressure either, Andrew, off camera.
Yeah, so the guys in the middle of the river have got more pressure and more left. So, advantage Yandu and Rag and Famish.
And Finport, he's high left too with pressure.
Yeah, and an outgoing ferry is going to disturb Yandu a bit here.
Crews are in and out off the wire. Few boats still running downwind. So there's the 3, and there's the 4. All lined up on port tack. Andu, Yandu, Rag and Famish, and Finport. Finport looks down pressure. Andu trying to get around the bow of Yandu, but there's a ferry's going to split Yandu and Rag.
Big line of puff coming from the left.
Big line of pressure in Rose Bay. Yep. Yeah, Andu will be liking that, what they're seeing.
He's got a little bit of duty here off the ferry, Peter.
Well, Yandu's going to get more. He was a lot closer.
No, he's sure. That big left, Pete. Wow. Good Finport lead.
Well, it's a bit of a roll of the dice here.
If the spectator ferry can get off his gas, it might help.
And it's a lovely ferry too. It's
a delight. An architectural masterpiece. Can we have a shot? Can we have a shot? It has to be.
Yeah, ouch.
I mean,
Have to be a dent, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'm speechless for once. It just, I don't know what to say. But anyway,
Finport leads, mate.
well, he's
very close.
Yeah.
Very close.
Furthest left, he's high with pressure.
Yep.
Yeah, Andrew's going to not quite like what he's looking at the moment.
No. Finport just on the outside of one good one. Then got a little lull.
There is a bit of a lull coming up to him. He's got a man in.
And then good puff again.
Keegan York, Matt Stenter and Phil Marshall.
So the Rag just coming back on starboard, Pete, so we will find out. Rag looks all right. Keegan's going again, though.
So that big fleet of lasers has disappeared into Vaucluse. And they were part of the Vaucluse Yacht Club regatta. Do you know what year running that of the regatta was, Bucko?
The 111th.
Jeez, you're off your pace today, the 92nd.
Wasn't a bad guess, I thought.
Okay, so the Rag's going to be across Finport.
So I think the Rag still leads just, yeah?
Wow, gee, it's tight.
Yep.
Almost bow to bow here, look at that.
No, he's across by three boat lengths.
Okay, 3 boat lengths. I'll give you that.
Pretty good gain to the Finport, though, relative to the other guys.
And the breeze is nice and steady looking up into Shark Island, the weather market in Rose Bay. Good pressure,
so the
clear water.
The Rag's got options either way here, and he can just take his time and tack in the middle of the best puff he can find.
So the Doos are still on port tack, going in towards Bradley's Head.
The Doos
looking for something to come back on.
And the Rags has tacked on a boomer. So they're pretty good at this, Pete, this tricky puff lull. Not that the other blokes aren't, but...
Well, I think they're all pretty good sailors, this top 4.
Yeah, folks, I mean, nobody underestimate A, the resources, B, the skill, and C, the backup behind the scenes. It's significant stuff.
It is A grade, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I think these are probably, as I said earlier, the 4 that everyone was thought would fight the title out, but there's still another, really 9 races to go. This race and 8 more heats, so the weather forecast looking fairly light for the next few heats, but we'll see what happens. So, one boat still going down with a red chute. Is it the Hoffel House, Jimmy, is it?
Yeah, it's the Hoffel House.
Oh, they're full wick off camera.
So, folks, there's the view from the... We're just upwind of Rag and Famish and Finport. Finport just coming in a shot now.
He's gone back on starboard, Finport.
Yeah, he's going to the point, which is not a bad plan.
Yeah, I think it's a good plan to come back on a good left-hander. But still, Yandu's just tacked, I think, Jimmy.
Yes.
Off camera. There's Yandu. and there's Andu. So they're a long way away.
Yeah, I think they're third and fourth, the Doos.
I don't know about that.
Andu's very bow up down there.
I think they are.
They're just in the back of shot.
They could be 1 and 2.
All right, well, they're either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4.
Well, they could be 2 and 3.
Well, there's only 1 and 2 moments between these two guys.
It's very close. It has been a thrilling race in very testing conditions. It was a light air start. It was tricky off the start line, tricky downwind. And now it's a good battle upwind, a good test of boat speed and tactics upwind as we're watching. Finport tack just short of Steel Point. And there's the Doos coming out on starboard.
Rags coming back at him.
Rags coming back. It's still close.
Gee, you might be right, Pete. The Yandu looks advanced, don't they? In particular.
The breeze is, about 12 knots, 11, 12 knots.
Yeah, still downrange for this rig. So a couple of little spikes, but...
So a round shark, back down to Athol, the leeward mark, and then to the beat to the finish.
Small duck from Finport there.
So first equal, Rag and Finport, I think.
Yes.
No warranty on that statement, though. The Rag just coming to a good puff on the corner here.
Yeah,
we'll get a good gauge here. Finport's in front of him, Pete. Of the Doos.
Well, he's got pressure and he's got a little lefty, but the Doos are powering in from the right.
Well, let's watch here.
No, the Doos are... One Doo's got him, I think.
One Doo. So he's splitting him, is he?
I don't tell you which Doo it is. I think it's Yandu.
I think Yandu's in front of Andu, isn't it?
Yeah, Yandu.
Yeah, Yandu. Yeah. If anybody's in front, it's Yandu, yeah.
And then Rag's got a good left-hander off Steel Point. Okay, here's the cross here. It's close.
It is very close.
Yes.
Yandu leads Finport.
He does. And wow, this is good stuff. If it's a precursor to the rest of the championship, we're in for some very exciting racing. Yandu and Finport very close. Yandu's across. The Rag is back in fourth spot now.
Finport having to duck Yandu. How about that?
Just a little duck perhaps here.
So, I think the Rag might actually be still in third, Pete. He's in high left.
Yeah, he is in high left.
And he got the right side of the ferry coming out. Have a look, okay.
Andu tacks in a good left-hander, but then a bit of aero wash.
Yeah, a bit of aero wash.
He's smoking along now. There's Yandu's tacked. Covering. It's a cover, not on a lay line. And Finport going in towards Shark Island to look for the little right-hander there to go skidding down the side of the island. Gee, this is a game in four here.
Well,
top crews, top boats.
All the discussion said there's the top four.
Just the order.
Yep.
Well, you won't see better racing than this.
And nobody's demonstrated, and it is tricky because it is downrange, but nobody's demonstrated any great superiority. Come on, Keats, get her out of there, mate.
We'll run aground here in a minute.
Yeah.
There he goes.
He was just waiting for that little puff that he just got.
Yeah. He's just coming out now, have the rights on starboard.
And he thinks he'll cross him, I think.
No,
he won't?
I don't think so. No, Anders across him.
Ooh.
Anders across. Easy. Easy, look at that. And Yandu will be across him.
Yeah.
Double easy.
And
Bragg and Famish just crossed behind him.
It's a yacht race.
Well, it certainly is. But what could really play out is the beat to the finish, because each time we've seen it very tricky up there, but we're a little way from that at the moment. We're approaching this Shark Island windward mark.
Yeah.
Oh, Finport standing out to a ley line, I think. Oh, yeah, he's pretty close to it.
No.
So Yandu leads.
And Finport, pretty slow tack.
Yandu, this might be the first time he's led, is it, in the race?
Yep. First time for Yandu.
Just kept chipping away.
And you want to lead at the end, not at the beginning. Is he
Is
lame?
that in your textbook, Peter?
Yeah, that's how I learned to sailbook.
Learn a sailbook.
Okay, Yandu's around. He's going to lay this.
Gone.
Good job. Here comes Finport, and Andu's tack short.
Finport will be second.
Finport's going to roll him here.
Yep.
Just. And
the poor rag, fourth.
Fourth. Well, he's. Okay, Yandu's around. Andu just pipping Finport. They're both round in a good puff. Really good puff.
Yeah.
And then another about 10 seconds to Harry Price and the Rag Boys. Away they go. Game on here. Who's first to dare? Spinnaker going up on the Yandu. Yeah, they need to get going. Well, they'll get going with the Spinnaker. They're first to hoist. Yandu boys are in to hoist. Finport's hoisted.
Everybody's hoisted.
Yeah, good sets on all these boats. They're off. Oh, Finport.
Not so good on the rag.
The rag having a bit of a problem.
They got stuck on the spreader.
Something happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't need that.
No.
It's caught up in the top of the headsail there.
Have to drop it again. Up she goes. Still not set on the rag. Meanwhile, the 3 leaders have galloped away. Okay. Finport now just... Rag and Fab has just sorted it out. So the race now to Bradley's Head to get round Bradley's and then to the Leeward Mark. This is the second last leg. Round the Leeward Mark and the beat to the finish at Clark Island. This race is far from over. It's one of the great races on the harbour for the JJs, there's no doubt about that. The first heat. We've got 8 more to go.
So pretty amazing here. The Rag's got the opportunity here. They're on the face of the big path. The other guys are all hunting up. Need to scrape the mark down at Bradley's Head here. More pressure coming. Here we go, travelling with the Rag. See the picture. And a catamaran ferry in the way here.
Yeah, he has to go around that
channel mark.
That channel mark. There's no two ways about it.
Rag and Famish. He might be okay.
He'll be right. He'll be right.
He'll be
no
all
problem.
right.
Just got to ride with it. Doesn't need to fight. Just right down to the line. Cruising cat in the way in the headland. My goodness. Hard for the Rag to get back from there though against these guys. But anyway, we'll see.
So would you like to lead at this mark, Andrew, or would you like to be the follower and try and... Oh, the Rag's got a beauty here.
I'd like to have led
at the next mark. Would you like to lead?
Yeah.
Okay. The Rag at full throttle here.
He's sort of semi-comfortable. Semi. But the leader now, VMG running, Pete, so opportunity here. These guys are alert.
Finn Rodowitz working overtime on the shoot of the Rag here.
Come on,
He's
boys.
got plenty on.
Yep, that's good though, right down on the brick.
That's where you want to be. Look at this. Hang on to it, boys.
Wow, the fleet is tight, isn't it, Peter?
Yeah, the Rags gobble them up a little bit here. There's another good puff coming. It's about 30 seconds away from them.
He's within striking distance if he just plays his cards right here.
But Yandu still leads.
VMG running in the leaders.
So is the Doos are leading, 1 and 2. Yandu, Andu, then Finport, and then Rag. Anyone's race with this beat to the finish. It's going to be a tricky beat.
Well, we're going to learn a bit from this little sojourn around the headland, Peter.
Well, maybe. Look at that. What a shot.
For the viewers, Pete, Balmain's next, followed by the Black Knight, then Royal Oak, and they're just at Shark Island now.
So Balmain's got himself into 5th. That is a fantastic effort. Concentrating on this leading group. Oh, they're all well above the mark.
Well, and people have been trying to soak, but
Yeah, the rag's now rolled up over Finport.
there's got to be two giants here.
Yeah. So a bit of pressure under the crew. Yandu trying to run deep.
And they've given back their lead to some degree by going slow.
What are they doing? Oh, Yandu are dropping.
They're doing a VMG square run polar jib out drop, it's called.
Oh, here comes Yandu. They're doing this. No, they're on starboard jibe. Yandu's round.
Yeah.
Okay, Andu is almost round. Rag and Famish is under a bit of pressure coming in.
Everybody's
Finport's.
Everybody's under pressure, don't worry.
Okay, Finport have got a lot to do here. They're right at the mark. The spinnaker's still up. Bit of work for Matty Stanner and Phil Marshall.
Not too bad though, Pete.
No, very good. Very
not
good.
much.
Oh,
Wow,
Rag on problems.
Rag's in trouble here.
Yeah.
No, they got out of
the
the
boat
got
up.
it.
Get the main on. You'll be right, boys. Oh, Spinnaker's over the side. No, they've got her aboard.
Finn's got her in.
Yeah, okay.
Did the right thing there. Just grabbed it and hooked it straight in the boat.
So Finport's tacked. Oh, what's this cruise boat doing?
Well,
Is that chicken winged up?
he's just in the way.
Andu.
So breeze in the left here, Pete. So
Finport's tacked.
Advantage Finport if they can get on with it.
Okay, well, here's the battle for 5th, 6th and 7th, led by Balmain, Henry Larkin, Finn Sprott and Flynn Toomey. They've done a great job to claw their way back into it. Then the Black Knight, and then the Oak, Jacob Marks, Alex Marinelli and Matt Doyle. They've been there or thereabouts. And our poor old New Zealand friends capsized at Obelisk. I haven't seen... Oh, they're coming back now. They're round Shark Island. And they're on their way. They're about 9th or 10th.
Got a bit on with Bradley's head by the look of that.
Yeah. Well, that's the white spinnaker who've just gone off screen there. Another lovely cruise boat just at Bradley's head.
So Finport taking the odds of this, folks.
Wow, there's a big split there between Yandu and Andu.
Well,
So
yeah.
Finport now going to Bradley's head. The other three have gone out on port. That's 1 and 2 that it was at the mark. Oh, Yandu's tacking right on the other two.
yeah. So they'd be fairly comfortable. I think that the Yandu would be comfortable. They can lead the race from there.
Just looking back, there's our poor friends in New Zealanders. They got ferries, they got... That is called traffic on the harbour.
The big Manly ferry's taken about 4 evasive action manoeuvres.
And then there's Fisher Paykel just rolling down. And then Vykobe's somewhere in that ferry. But anyway, the battle is on here. So did the left pay, or does the middle and right pay? The top three, Fisher Paykel, Finport, right at Bradley's head. Coming out on
The left's paid, Pete.
no.
Subject to the ferry.
Oh, you think so? No,
yeah. He's in front of Rag.
Oh, yes, in front of Rag, but
He went around the bottom mark in front of Rag.
But he's gained. He's had to take
Big
back
gain.
for the ferry, though.
And he's tacked away for the ferry,
yeah. So it's a boat speed race between Andu and Yandu here. They're clearly ahead in 1 and 2 position.
Yeah.
Which way round, I don't know. At the moment, it's Yandu.
Yandu leads by a couple of boat lengths.
Yeah. But Andu looked to be sailing fast to the left, try and get into a little header and come back and have a real go at him. But is there enough runway left? That's the question.
Well,
for Herman Winning and Sam Newton and Savvy.
yeah. They better all be careful because there's other blokes that might be coming to join the party.
Well, I think probably the only threat, probably Finport, but he's too far back. As Andu tacks.
Well, guess what's going to happen next, Pete?
Is Finport's going out to the left.
He's going to the port tack low.
Oh, here we go. Match race here.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Andu. Good speed getting through the lee of Yandu. Oh, game on here. Stay tuned, everyone. Don't leave it.
Wow, that's pretty even now.
Well, can Andrew go back and have a piece of him when time comes? Is it going to come into a lighter spot? Then there's good breeze.
He's not far enough advanced, I don't think, but...
Oh, it is close.
Just depends
it is
how
close.
they go. Breeze coming from the left,
Andrew's a little quicker here.
Oh, he's going hammer down.
Well, he can afford to.
They're both not lying, I don't think.
No, they're coming into more pressure. Oh, they need more pressure. Andrew's just hit a soft spot. Yandu's hit it. Andrew's bounced out quickly.
Well, Andrew's first into the path.
It's like a race.
That might be the on race.
Like a horse race here. Yandu. Oh, and out the back is Finport. He's not close enough to be in touch, I don't think. It's Andrew is now in front. He's got a little header with pressure.
Finport only needs one good left-hander, Pete.
Yeah, he's up there too. But now pressure coming. Andrew's coming into pressure. They've got round. Oh, he's tacked. I think he's probably seen what Finport's doing.
Yeah.
He wants to protect that. Oh, this is gutsy here.
He's going back into less wind on the other edge.
This is gutsy.
Very. Like Yandu had to duck him.
So Yandu will now have starboard tack rights when they come back. The breeze is twitchy up here.
He's into the next puff first, I reckon, here, Pete.
Well,
the Yandu I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's twitchy. He's not far off the ley line here. Yeah, I think Yandu might be back in front with this pressure.
He's got to sail to the puff and tack like that. That wasn't bad, was it?
I think he's got starboard tack rights, and Andu is high. Finport and Rag around of it. It's between the doos.
Yep.
Finport's third, Rag fourth at the moment, but it's Yandu.
Yandu's going to lie, Pete.
Yandu will do it, I think.
Easy work.
Yeah, nice work. Mika Lane, Lewis Brake, Fang Warren. Great job.
There's the on race.
Wow.
Sensational.
Boy, oh boy, what a race that was. Well done. Yandu first. 2 or 3 seconds in it.
One boat length if that.
What a race. You won't see better than that. It was a do-a-thon. So concentrate now on third and fourth. Finport will be third.
Will be third, yeah.
Yeah. The Rag fourth.
No, the Rag, when they couldn't get the shoot off cleanly at the bottom mark, that was the end of their day. But great effort from them anyway. Well, all these teams will be happy with this result, I think. But Mika Lane, the most happiest. Wow, that is one of the great races that we've seen here in tricky conditions. Extraordinary.
Mika Lane, Fang Warren and Lewis Brake take a bow. Take a big bow. And also, don't forget Andu. They were a little buried at the start. They kept chipping away. They got their nose in front a couple of times, but just at the end there, it was not handed, but Yandu got the better of them. Finport led at some stage. The Rag led as well. But to all those crews, a terrific effort in very, very tough conditions. Not so much the wind strength, more the wind direction or lack of wind strength. And here's the battle for fifth. It's a good one between Balmain, the Black Knight, and the Royal Oak. At the moment, it's the Black Knight is in fifth spot. Heinrich and the boys.
Yeah, they've been there and thereabouts all day. And
yeah. Well, they were good start.
Yeah, they were fifth at the first mark, if I recall, weren't they? So, they've sort of stayed around there all day.
So, it looks like Black Knight, less laying in. They've probably got one more tack to finish.
Yeah, he's got
one. Here's Balmain at good speed around the front of the Royal Oak here.
Yeah, and the Royal Oak would be scratching their heads about the Spinnaker. I'm not sure. No doubt they did that deliberately, but...
Do you think so?
I think so, yeah.
Well, we'll soon find out.
I think so.
Or was it a big mistake?
No, I think deliberate.
Oh, there's the three lined up there. This is the battle for 5th, 6th and 7th. Yeah, they've all kind of resigned themselves to where they are, I think, Pete. The Black Knight on starboard. The Royal Oak having
Royal Oak's not going to die wondering.
one more shot, but he's got to do one more tack.
Really impressed with the young blokes on the Royal Oak. It's really come on it really well.
And also the Balmain boys, Jimmy, they've been good.
Yeah, absolutely. Like they're really shining. We've seen that the JJs last year, and they've just gone from strength to strength with that.
Yeah, but Royal Oak indeed. Bit of Clancy of the overload from the Balmain, but Breeze on the right again, Pete. No harm done. So Balmain 6, 7 is the Royal Oak. So I think Balmain, as you said earlier, Andrew, they didn't start well, but they wriggled their way up, didn't they? They often do that. Well, if they started well, they'd be in the top 4, I think. Yeah. I think. But boy, that first leg was tricky. After the start, after the third go, we got 2 false starts, and then the black flag got the fleet away at the third go. Should have just put the black flag up straight away. Straight away, yes. Good antidote. So we're waiting for 8th position, and who have we got in 8th? It's Fisher Paykel. Jordan Gertis, his best performance for a while with Josh Feldman and Jacob Broom. Well done, boys. In 8th. ASCC in 9th. ASCC. Well, they've had a tough day, really. They had a terrific early part of the race, but hung in there. Then they unfortunately capsized at the obelisk mark the second time. Well, they're steaming in here. They're going to beat Fisher Paykel.
I think they are.
They might.
If he's not careful.
Yeah, he will. Oh,
classic.
Starboard tack on him and the whole bit. Oh,
Close.
Oh,
Close.
big yell.
Close.
You're letting him know.
Yeah.
Close.
Oh. ASCC beat him, I think, by a foot. Yeah, I don't think he's there yet, is he?
Fisher Paykel's still not across the line.
No. So we make ASCC 1 8th, Fisher Paykel 9th.
Yeah.
The top 10 to be rounded out by Emma Rankin in Shaw and Partners. Yes, she'll be 10th. And then a few coming in now and quite quickly. Tom Quigley and Cam McDonald with Emma. Another good effort by that team. And following, that's 10th to Shaw and Partners. And Smeg and Bigfoot. There's Shaw and Partners across. Next will be possibly Smeg. Or is that, who's the next one? Is that Vycobi?
Possibly.
Yeah, well, they've got back into it, but here's the cross. Oh, Smeg going to attack early. Oh, and the problem for the Smeg there was they were not high up on the jib when they started the tack. No, both light pressure here. Vycobi trying to get the better of them. No, Shaw and Partners just got a puff, I think, to get their nose ahead.
Smeg.
Smeg. Yeah. Smeg is 11. Smeg by 10 feet. Vycobi 12. They'll be a little disappointed with that, I think, those boys. And the next will be the first Queenslanders in the Bigfoot. It's a pretty fair effort from that team on a tricky day. Tricky doesn't even begin to describe it, does it? It was a bit of everything. I haven't seen the other 2 Kiwi boats, or have we?
There's one going downwind just off Bradley's, Pete.
Oh.
And I think the other one is at the bottom arc.
Right, okay. Well, they're out and about. That's good. Next to finish will be who? Marine Outlet or Sixt? Marine Outlet, I think. Marine Outlet attacking. Pressure on this side. Yep. Johnny Cooley. Trimmer on, boys. Yep.
Get it going.
Okay, Marine Outlet 14th. 15th will be 6th. 15th the 6th. And then
The next Queensland boat will be
that's C-Tech. Jimmy, thank you, on 16th.
Pat Langley from Vycobi's watching. It's his wife's birthday today. He's
Nice.
out on the JBW, so
Nice.
happy birthday to Adrian.
Yep.
Those chicken wings taste good on the JBW.
Bring us some, Pat.
Yeah. C-Tech.
Oh, the fizz, yeah.
They're across the second Queensland boat, 16th. 17th, the Lazarus, powering in on the starboard, the Lazarus.
The skipper scratching his head already. Good work.
Oh, just taking a bit of a bath there. The team of Tom Kunich, Mark Chapin and Tim Morishima. And then the next to finish will be the mighty Burrowang, I think. Jimmy, is that Burrowang?
That is correct, mate.
18th, yep. Simon Nern, Cam Walker and Paddy Bannon.
Teriyaki chicken wings at that.
So, the day is nearly done as we watch Burrowang come up to the finish. So, Andrew, give us a quick summary of today and what you're expecting weather-wise tomorrow, please.
I've got some notes for that, Peter, the weather for tomorrow. I had a bit of an accident yesterday about that. Light northerly, according to the models. Perhaps around 8 knots. Tricky looking big sail day.
More tricky.
Yeah, more tricky.
Trickiness.
Yeah. So, Pete, I guess fair to say that the top 4 is the top 4. I guess, interestingly, for today, the whole fleet put the wrong rig in. Big sail would have won by how far, Jimmy, do you think?
Well, I don't know about that, Bucko, because that second run down to Obelisk was plenty on.
But how about...
The lighter parts, yes, most definitely. But yeah, skiff racing, you got to rig for what the conditions are at the time when you're rigging the boat, and it was up near the 20 knot mark, so it's a little rig for these guys.
Yeah, but they've abandoned the idea that they're going to control when they put the rigs up, so they can rig late now. Everybody's still rigged early. Yeah. Nobody waited to see what was going on.
Pies are too good at the little club. That's fine.
The pies are too good at the Double Bay. Is that the?
Yeah.
So there's a summary of the day, Pete. The pies are too good at the Double Bay Sailing Club.
Well, Andrew, you've got a bit of homework to do on crew weight.
Crew weight.
Okay. Weather, average, and anyway, your predictions were reasonably good. Anyway, we hope you've enjoyed it. We've certainly enjoyed bringing it to you. One of the really great races. The result in doubt all the way through and really right to the end. But at the end, it was a Yandu day, and then Andu, first and second, then the Finport, then fourth Rag, the Black Knight, fifth, Balmain, sixth, Royal Oak, 7. Our New Zealand friends, ASCC, 1, then Fisher Paykel and Shaw and Partners, the top 10. So tomorrow, a light day, might be a bit more sunshine. There wasn't much today. 8 more races to go. If they're anything like today's race, it'll be fantastic viewing. So on behalf of the whole team here, the Sail Media team, Jimmy Bury, Andrew Buckland, we look forward to your company tomorrow from about 2:30 Sydney time. So from Sydney Harbour, this is Peter Shipway saying a very good afternoon.